You're going to give this a go. They have to. Shox is coming up quick from the ramp, and with a flashbang, he's going to get into the site with Apex, but no one's giving fights away. There's one. Apex spraying, but he can't convert. Nexa trades, and now it's down to the two AWPs that have to go. They have to commit. ZywOo with one. This is doable. He's got a rifle now. Low HP in the site for Nexa. ZywOo can't find him, and that's a smoke headshot for Nexa to close out the round. 4 kills from the in-game leader of G2. He is looking like a legend.
Of course he is. He's 24-11 right now.
The cat's up cat here for G2.
Exactly.
And so now they sit in the lead. This is such a wild timeline. G2 back in the swing of things. They even find a pick down through mid in this round. It's only a partial investment, so not the end of the world for Team Vitality, but they would have loved to have found some damage here. And that now looks to not be the case. ZywOo still a threat at the A bomb site, allowed to reposition. Apex dueling mid with the Deagle. I don't know if that's a fight he's expecting to win or just kind of trying to chance it. Him getting spotted in mid, and that's calm. Jax just immediately goes, oh, well, if he's mid, ZywOo's long. That means B's open, and ZywOo is trapped. They make him dance before they finish him off. And G2 now 13 on the board. Investment coming in for Vitality, but this could be the last one if they don't manage to turn it around here and now.
Exactly. G2 on the pistol on this T side. Vitality, they won the force buy in the second round. That was the first force in the second round that we've seen succeed in this entire series. Since that force, Vitality haven't won a round. 7 in a row for G2. Unstoppable right now. There's got to be a solution. There's got to be an answer. Will it be the double AWP? It's now swapped hands into Mazuta's towards that B bomb site. He's got Apex here as well. ZywOo, of course, watching Catwalk. G2 in the middle area. They're going to take Cat again. They can drop into the mid to B like usual. They're actually going to do it straight away. No cat fake needed, but they could be flanked as a result. Jax has jumped over the shots from the car side. RPK, a lot of damage, and he does kill Kenny S. That's the AWP out of the picture, but G2 is still going to commit from the B site. Amanek with the entry to the smoke, and he's doubled it up, killing the AWP at the back of B. Somehow, some way, this is still winnable, but it's all on Hunter in mid.
Oh, ZywOo is checking it. Hunter does find that frag. RPK down in CT, and Shox has rotated through the tunnels. Hunter's going to smoke off his approach, and that allows him to get this bomb down. How on earth is he going to try and navigate this 1v2? That's going to plant it. I'm going to go over to the window. Smoke's still here, and he's looking to use it to his advantage. They've spotted him, they've seen him, and now they've got him trapped. Hunter backed into a corner and made to fight for his life. RPK able to secure it. 12 on the board now for Vitality. Double AWP picked up. And a 12th on the board. This game looking like it might follow in the footsteps of the other two maps in that it's promising to go the distance, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
Don't tease us, guys. Don't tease. If you're going to give us 30, give us more. Give us OT, because we don't want to come here for 90 rounds and 90 rounds only. Who do you think we are? Vitality and G2 going the damn distance.
I want the whole shebang. Kenny, back in hand with the AWP. And yeah, you're bang on, Hugo. He does have that double AWP to go up against on the other side of things, trying to catch players crossing. Also, being the guardian angel of his teammates that run the gauntlet down through suicide into mid. And now ZywOo on the angle, primed, ready and waiting. ZywOo in with a double. Oh, and a third. ZywOo, can he get any more? Tags Kenny through the doors, goes back in. And oh, Kenny's playing with fire. And when you play with fire, sometimes you get burned. ZywOo still here, still a threat, and delivering in a very big way to try and put 13 on the board for Vitality. Kenny and Amanek, the only two stragglers that remain on this G2 squad. They're going to try and get down the catwalk. Amanek does drop into CT, closing the distance now. And RPK gets caught trying to line up utility. This A site belongs to G2, but through the smoke, Amanek was tagged, and that allows Apex to come in, looking to save the day. Kenny in a 1v4. Oh, now 1v3. Flash is good, Kenny's blind, and that allows Shox at long to find him. Defuse comes in, 13 on the board for Team Vitality, and they've tied it up again.
And if you're not getting enough Counter-Strike right now, don't you worry. This Faze Astralis game was set to start 2 minutes ago, but it would appear as though we are on schedule for the most part. And being that this is a great appetizer for you, albeit playoff game. Big implications on the line here. Vitality, they are not going to give up without a fight. ZywOo is not going to be giving up without a big fight.
We asked Nexter in the pre-game interview for his French ranking for his 1, 2, and 3 between G2, Vitality, and Heretics. He said he couldn't answer that question. He said that wasn't clear. Maybe we figure it out today. I don't think we are, because G2 taken to over 90 rounds in a best-of-3 series, beating Heretics last night, while they're taking on Vitality as well and having the exact same situation. These guys are so close right now. French CS is back, baby, and better than ever before. We'll see what G2 can do in this round. Where is this game going? It is on a knife's edge.
Don't call me baby dude.
You're a big dude. Not a baby dude, Trace. It's okay.
Not exactly where we were going with that one, but that one's fine. Sometimes a hit and a miss.
Yep.
Not for people like ZywOo in the server right now. Mizuta even donning an AWP for himself. Does have that double op setup. Now you'll note how low Apex is. ZywOo, pretty well-rounded player, so he's going to have an AK here. You want to try their luck at A again. Treat them well thus far. It's G2 on the hunt for the bomb plant. Shox in tow, just waiting at Goose. No one knew. No one was any wiser till Hunter showed up on the scene.
Yeah, Jax dropped CT first, and he actually beats the AWP. He gets ahead of ZywOo, who doesn't know he's in CT. Apex has made a noise, but he's still going to get away with a kill. This is, again, going back and forth and back again. Apex in a 1-on-2. He can win this round, but he's being loud about it, and they picked up the bomb. They're going to bail. This is a great call for G2. Escaping the site. Going back to B, just enough time for it. No way for Apex to stop this. He can get there ahead, but yeah, the cutoff is there. Nexa waiting in middle. He came late from long, and he's there to shut down the round. 14 for G2 first, and the money for Vitality, well, that's going to be worth the discussion. A quick pause coming through before this round. You can see 3 of them can buy, 2 of them cannot. So how do you want to do this one?
This is a really horrible spot to be in. And that's the thing, you know at the end of this series, it's going to be a real celebration for the team that wins, but also there's heartbreak on either side here, right? Like these have been 3 long back and forth maps where everyone has given it their all. And sadly, there's only room for one of these 2 teams to continue on this road to Rio. Now back on Vertigo, when things were looking like Vitality were down and out, there was a man that we could rely on. There was a man who was finding openers and looking crisp, and that man was ZywOo. Once again here on Dust, he's answered the call, he's been stepping up. Is he ready to relive those glory days now? As we need him more than ever for the Vitality side. They've gone for the investment. They've tried to bring the heat here and now. This is a gamble. This is high risk, high reward. They didn't want to give up match and series point. So they bought everything they can into this one to try and get it done in regulation.
It's a worthy investment, but the result will speak for itself here. If Vitality lose this round, broken against 15, likely lost in the series, likely a done deal before they even hit round 30. So everything is banking on Vitality getting at least value out of this. At a bare minimum, like saves, worst case scenario. Well, worst case scenario is they lose a round with nothing, but you know, bare minimum a save, hopefully a round. We'll see which one they can find. It's RPK push close on long. Now, flashes should be available, but this is a wide off angle they might not be expecting as they get into the long doors. They're going to peel in. PK lines him up. He gets some damage. He tags Jackson, sees the bomb. That's information. And with a double B setup for Vitality, they're going to rotate very quickly. They even push Dark. They know this is ending on A, and they have to be prepared.
Yeah, ZywOo, a lot of this going to fall onto him. A missed shot. Shox trying to help out. And ZywOo missing again. The 3rd time is a charm for ZywOo. The AWP of Kenny S rings out at long side. And ZywOo's dodging it, ducking, weaving in the bomb site. Masuta has saved his life. And now just Kenny S. ZywOo swings wide. Vitality reach 14.
even after ZywOo misses those shots and it takes him a minute to recompose, he jiggles long, he baits the AWP shot from Kenny S and survives. And that is crucial, not only giving him the information as to where that AWP is, but just surviving on its own. He didn't know where Kenny was. Kenny had his number. He had the drop on ZywOo, and ZywOo just jiggles to force a fight.
And how many shots was ZywOo able to get off on the catwalk right there before, you know, even landing the shot that he needs, albeit all that's doing is sounding the alarm. Hey, I'm ZywOo, or hey, I'm an AWPer, and I'm right here for the taking. Of course, this goes 14-14. Them 2 maps previous to this, 16-14 apiece, and this is only a fitting end to this series.
Hey, that's assuming it's an end trace.
Exactly. Now, the real end here, the real end goal is to win the series, move forward in this playoff bracket. And you're going to be faced up against the loser of Astralis Faze, which is on track to start right after this one, immediately following this series. So either Vitality or G2 are out. The winner's going to get that awesome prize, getting to play Astralis or Faze. So either way, it doesn't get much easier for you going forward.
I mean, both teams have earned the spot at this point, but only one can continue.
Oh man, you said this was balancing on a knife's edge. Well, now that is just more true than ever. Neither team has money. Neither team. And so this round could decide a hell of a lot. Apex waiting near the mouth of the tunnel. Very, very close with this SMG. And there are flashes available from Masuta to try and kickstart this push. Being so far forward as well, this is definitely a read because G2, they've been very, very keen to go for these cap plays. So they want to have tunnels under their control if they can early on. Amanek. Ooh, probably a good thing he didn't drop that smoke because this SMG is going to go running in the moment he is. This man's utility, maybe going to look for the kill. And there's the smoke going on in. Ooh. There's the peek from Apex. Kind of underwhelming. Nades stellar, though.
This is all a ruse.
Brought down very low, and he's going to keep both players at B. Now, the real brunt of this push is coming in at Catwalk. ZywOo to try and hold the line. Strikes the first man from the tally. Goes back in for a second, but it doesn't connect, and the A site has fallen. It does belong to G2, despite being a man down. Shock's doing damage to Hunter as he puts in those numbers, but no kill found yet. It's Nexa next to ring out with this AK, a 4-on-4. Even odds in the retake, and the trades are thick and fast, but ultimately, it's G2 to pick it up. Match and series point for G2. Somehow, some way, it ends in the blink of an eye. And there's no money for Team Vitality. They've got nothing left. They're going to be force buying whatever they can. But there's not even a rifle present in this round, if not for like a FAMAS at the very, very best.
Oh dear, this spy is not what you want.
This is it. You know, in series point right here, we're looking at the possibility of another 16-14, or we're looking at overtime.
Oh dear, and RPK, he wants the ladder, he wants bonus rounds, he wants every single one he can get. Especially considering the weaponry here for Vitality, not a rifle other than that FAMAS. G2 is spread out. That bomb outside along, a man up Cat, and even tunnels being left. This won't end in a B play. Hunter's up Cat. He's got a kill. ZywOo is dead. G2 are going to double down into this A site, but they don't know RPK's here.
RPK could do it all, and this is it. Vitality 3-on-3. They've worked so hard to get us to this third map. You think about Vertigo. They had to come back there. Well, now they've got to do it again. Oh, Kenny with a blinder.
See you later,
RPK, sit down. As now it shocks and Masuta to try and keep the dream alive. The A site belongs to G2 once again. Shocks flash through the smoke. They've got his name. They've got his number. And now it's just Masuta, 1v3. The new boy on the block for Vitality, left to try and do it all in an impossible clutch. It's Kenny to send them home. G2 will continue onward. They pick this series up. Not one, not two, but 3 16-14s later, and G2 get it done. Join us after a quick break. We'll be back to break this one down and talk about what this means for the EU playoff division.
just weigh in on the option of that right now. Hunter, or as you're more prominently known as Nico's cousin, I guess some people like to call you.
Hello, boys. How are you?
Hey, man. Hey, you know, I was going to ask you the same thing. A lot of Counter-Strike getting played around here. How stressful was that series? How stressed are you in this moment?
Yeah, just last night we finished one against Heretics, also French team, 16-14, then overtime, then again 16-14, then today against Vitality. Of course, like French boys from my team, they wanted to win both games. I mean, I also wanted, but you know how it's to play derby. And like it was really stressful at some moments to play, but at the end, I'm so happy that we won yesterday and today, of course, against Vitality even more. And yeah, I'm so happy. My boys are happy, and I don't know how we did it, especially in these last two. This comeback yesterday on Mirage, also after 13-5, we just showed some good things again, and I hope we'll be better tomorrow.
Yeah, and Hunter, and that was kind of where I wanted to go with this. Kind of what I wanted to ask you was, I know that this matchup was huge for your teammates. Can you give us a little insight to that? Can you tell us a little bit about some of the emotions during this game that was probably a bit of a roller coaster?
Yeah, I mean, before the game we didn't feel it that much, and we didn't want to. We just prepare like for every game. But inside the game, when the game started, it was like at the beginning of the game, like we just wanted to win it so hard, and they were screaming after every round. And on us too, we lost like our energy, and then coach like was screaming to us, "Let's go, boys, we can do it." After 10-2 or 10-3, I don't remember. And like he was the guy who pushed us in our backs to do this comeback. And like every after round, after we won the round, we were like screaming, "Let's go, boys!" We were hyped, and that's one of the reasons why we won this game. Like it was really great to play. Of course, they felt it better, my boys, my French boys. But yeah,
of course, feels good, man.
Yeah, really good, really good. I'm sweating like a pig. I don't know what to say.
No, we get it, man. Wait, trust me, it did get a little sweaty in the server, Hugo.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Hunter, man, wow, what a couple of days for you guys. 95 rounds versus Heretics yesterday, 90 rounds today versus the guys on Vitality. Which game was easier for you?
I don't know really. We finished yesterday's game. We finished around 1 a.m. or something. Like after you shower, you eat. You cannot sleep before 4. You cannot. You are thinking about this game, and then you need to wake up, prepare for Vitality, another game, like to play it. And I don't know how we had this energy to do this comeback on us too. It was really tough, but I need to watch the game to see how we really did it. I think like individually we stepped up, and it was really fine.
Hey, man, I got to get you out of here. We got to get another game started with this team. They're like Faze Clan. You might have heard of them. Speaking of which, they're playing this other little team known as Astralis. Now, if you had to play one of those two, who would it be?
Astralis, of course. I need to cheer for my cousin, and I want to play against him in finals.
Of course you do. And on that note, we're going to get you out of here. Thank you so much for your time, Hunter, and congratulations.
Thank you, boys. See you. Bye.
I like that. That's a cool way out as well. And I think that does it for us pretty much. That sets the pace. That sets the tone, fellas.
Mental day trades. Absolutely crazy. I saw yesterday's matches. I was like, wow. Today, so did we. 90 rounds across the best of 3 series. These games here in the EU side have been so competitive. I've never seen such close series, and now we have G2 going on to that next stage. A well-earned spot against the loser of Astralis Faze, fighting for that grand final still here over in Europe.
Yeah, speaking of Astralis Faze, we're going to be jumping into that right here, right now, but not before we go to a break, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be changing out crews. We're going to get Machine and some guys in here that know what they're doing, and we're going to go ahead and take a siesta out of here. And with that said, we'll be right back with a little bit of Astralis taking on Faze Clan here at the ESL 1 Road to Rio, baby.
instead?
Actually, anticipating train. You guys might not agree with that, but it's also due to some practice results lately, and we have been, I wouldn't say struggling lately, but it's typical when you work on a map, then you suddenly get some holes in a different department. So
yeah.
You
learned that with Nuke, didn't you? I remember that lesson being taught to you guys over Nuke.
So with them picking Dust 2, does that give you more confidence to 2-0 this series than if they were to have picked Train?
No, not at all. I think that Faze has been playing really well, and we're not going to beat them if they are playing at their highest level individually. If we are not on point as well, so it's a tough opponent. I mean, they have gone 7-0 in the group. Broky has been playing well. I think Nico is playing all the time. Every time I start the stream, he's playing FPL. So they look extremely hungry to get back on track, and I think that they have succeeded. And I also think that they've added some more structure and tactical aspect to their game. I think that they're actually playing quite well Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how we've described before, Henry, like Faze making tactical Counter-Strike sexy, Astralis, the ones that made everyone learn how to play that kind of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting clash today. I wanted to ask Zonic quickly. We saw one of your players yesterday comment on the fact we're seeing a lot of games go the full distance as well. We just saw another 30-map affair yesterday. We casted 200 rounds over 2 best-of-3s. Do you echo Glaive's sentiments there? Do you feel like the game's kind of in a bit of a rut almost? It kind of feels like we're in a weird space of the economy.
I haven't put too much thought into it. I was actually busy preparing against Faze, but yeah, I mean, I come from a time where we played CO rules, like charges only. So there was only T rounds that counted. Don't think that's a good idea though. But yeah, you could talk about MR12. But yeah, I haven't put too much thought into it. No.
No,
I can't comment.
He's too busy just changing diapers to be tweeting, to be fair. Zonic, your plate is full. I'll let you go ahead and continue herding the cats that are Astralis. Cheers, mate. Thank you. So Astralis Faze, guys, it's happening, and it is just around the corner. The fact that Zonic couldn't quite put his finger on a team that has maintained consistency, it's a perfect embodiment of where we're at right now.
I think it's Counter-Strike as a whole, right? Yeah. And the only reason that I say besides Astralis is because, well, of course he's going to think that they're doing a good job. And I think that we had our discussion just the other day that if we were to have a LAN tournament tomorrow and everybody could be in the same place, that I would back Astralis in.
Absolutely,
and I think Henry agrees with that, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like they're the team that if you played like X amount of times over a certain amount of time, they'll actually come out on top. I feel like, but it's difficult to really say right now. The game's in a bit of a strange space. I think it's very difficult. We're seeing almost every game go 30 rounds at this stage. Like that previous game we just saw, Vitality in G2.
That was so back and forth.
Another locked-in victory felt like a huge landslide lead, and then it just disintegrates.
Yes, it's a weird one. But you know what else is weird?
Tell me.
I'm going to predict Astralis.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not weird at all.
That's fair enough. After what you just said, it does make sense.
But look, I just wanted to, with the graphics on screen there, I may as well get my ball rolling. Are you with me, Henry?
Yeah, I've got Astralis as well, unfortunately, for the excitement here. Alex, you're going to spice things up slightly?
I am spicing things up. I've got myself a little cumin, a little 5 spice.
Nice.
I'm going for the Chad Burchill approach to seasoning. We've gone for a Faze clan. And now I assume, obviously, Rushley always gets it right, so he'll be going for Faze clan as well.
You know what, Alex? You are right as always. I think you've made the damn good pick right there. I agree.
My G. That's the Rushley 1, 2, 3. Hey, kind of a poem I wrote about him.
He's on the screen right now, so
thank God. I was hoping
see.
he'd
When he has to observe games with Yanko in, somebody who he learnt the observing ropes, you can just see how much extra he puts in. The stretching, the papers all neatly tidied to the right-hand side of his workstation there. He is really looking like he wants to give it his all here today, Rush.
Wow, yeah, he is. And I mean, you can see he's getting closer and closer to the monitor. That's actually when you know he's concentrating harder and harder.
The beard stroke is also means that he's thinking
a sign of wisdom.
What could be coming. So there's a lot of signs that you need to look for with your observers while observing them.
Are there any signs in your Minecraft world, though, Rush? Because I've been informed.
Minecraft?
I've heard I've heard rumors. I've heard
I do have a little tree if we do have the time. I did send some screenshots of my Minecraft world. You guys are very excited about
Just
it.
What I want, really.
We'll see if we can get some up right here. So here's a nice little shot, you know. I just made it, the village was already there. I just made it look neat and pretty. That was the
tidied
main
up the
thing.
village.
What's the underwater section about? well?
I'm so glad you asked. So the underwater section, that is where my nether portal is, and it takes you into the nether, into an identical build of the house in the nether.
We saw that. Was that earlier this week, Rush?
Yes,
was that
so
last?
you did actually see that as well. So yeah, I think it's looking good.
And that's where he slays the nether dragons.
Yes, the netherite pickaxe.
It's actually an ender dragon, Alex. I don't want to get into it, though.
It's the dragon.
Ender dragon.
Shoot.
Yeah, don't worry about it, though.
The netherite pickaxe, though.
That's correct.
That makes more sense.
Cool. I'm glad we got it all cleared up. Rush, thanks for hanging out with us today.
No worries, boys. Have a good one.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to go talk about Faze Astralis. What was the first map, guys? We did the Veto.
Dust 2.
D2.
Cheeky bit of Dust
and it
2.
caught Zonic off guard. Interesting they were anticipating the trend.
I love it there, like, with the question of, does this now make it think you're going to easier 2-0 situation on your hands? Well, I think it should be, look, Astralis, with the way that they have been approaching the game in recent times, they're still consistent, right? They're still able to put up what we expect. There is some ups and downs, and some of their names haven't been showing up to 110% capacity, but they still seem to get the job done, and that's why we find them here in the upper bracket final. If they win this game, or either team who wins this match will be going through to the grand final with a 1 life or a 1 extra map in their back pocket.
Something that's kind of funky as well, not looking at FaZe Clan, you can see them up on your screens. Not only has BO3 seemed to find a lot of comfort within this road to Rio for his spot within FaZe Clan, but he was taking some ridiculous risks, calculated risks. There's a couple of clips circulating on Twitter of his clutch from his perspective, and just hearing the comms of saying, I'm jumping out. It's like a 2v2 match point, road to Rio, and he's taking that kind of initiative. Gets me hot, man. I'm into it. I love to see
I like it when you're hot, Alex.
Yeah,
and I hope you're hot and bubbly for this next one. This is going to be a great best of 3 to kick things off. Dust 2, it's a hell of a map, and we've got 2 fantastic teams taking battle. FaZe Clan will be kicking things off on the CT side. Astralis, they're already off. They were towards the B tunnels here. We've got smokes, Molotovs, flashes available, and in terms of the P250, it's in the hands of the in-game leader, Glaive. We've got Nico going for the big play here towards short. Sitting in the smoke, hoping he can steal a kill away, but presence towards lower needs to be quite careful here. Yeah,
that's the smoke fades. He will too. Lots of util on Astralis here, so an early casualty would really throw them off. And actually, Magis, he was the blunt object. That's going to be a nice Molotov down. Didn't get to use it. BO3 with the first. They're hitting B. Cold has got a very powerful position here. It's very hard to knock him off his perch. They plan to run boost, maybe. That would be interesting. Oh, wasn't anticipating the close hold, and now in they go. Cold, undeterred, bides his time. 1 shot will do it to seal the deal for this round. He needs 1. So does Rain. Neither have found it yet. Finally, Cold will break his silence, and it should be the end for dupreeh.
Yeah, doesn't look like dupreeh can do much more. He does get 1 single kill, but only 2 found in total there, as Astralis will be giving up that pistol round. It's FaZe holding off the B approach very comfortably, and no bomb planted means we should have the eco here. And FaZe Clan, will they be bringing out the rifles or focusing on those MP7s? Rain will kick things off, normally plays towards short. A little bit streaky on Dust 2 as of late, Chad. Haven't seen the best out of him as of late. We'll hopefully see him have one of his vintage performances.
Yeah, look, with all this Counter-Strike being played, it comes down to form on the day, and that's something that we could look at here with the stat lines while we have this bit of a save scenario go on through. Out of the top 8 players, statistically speaking, for the Road to Rio in Europe, we have 4 of them in the server right now, and this is the only 4 who are still remaining in the tournament out of that top 8. It's Device, Nico, coldzera, and BO3. Above them is a bunch of names, Farley, Alu, Maka, and Zywoo, but they have all been eliminated up until this point. So we're only dealing with that from 5 all the way down to BO3's position right there, but 3 FaZe players within the top 8. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's absolutely true. And we have got Astralis making their way towards short. As you would expect, just trying to get that bomb planted, and we are going to have coldzera Rain using the SMGs and lighter rifles here. There's a kill available towards Olofmeister as dupreeh rattles off a few bullets out of the P250, but Nico will take care of business. He's in great form recently. As Chad just mentioned, 1 player goes down, but here come the AK-47s for Astralis. And we've seen a lot of Dust 2 recently. It's actually seemed to have balanced out somewhat. Doesn't seem to be the T-sided brutal affair we're used to. And we'll see if Astralis have got anything to say here in round number 3. Yeah, it does seem that Dust 2 CT side is becoming so fast-moving, though. You do have to keep up with the T side of all of
Yeah,
these.
you have to take a lot more risks, I think. We're seeing a lot more gambles and pushes, and we'll see if Nico can take one of those right here. That's going to be the scout tag towards dupreeh. Challenges him towards T-spawn, and he can feel them coming as well. That grenade bouncing towards Xbox. Actually, Magis pushing forward. He knows he's got a kill available there. Does take a scout bullet to the chest. But still, the opening kill here for Astralis, and they should surely slow things down.
Sure, Nico's dead, but he's taken 2 members down to 30, and BO3 wins the duel. That's a crucial victory. Zipex going down. He was full health, so actually, 2 players still with scout bullets lodged within them. coldzera goes for a very aggressive push. Trying to contest that bomb before it gets across. Rain knows they're low. You can see those wild bullets through the smoke, but they haven't connected.
3 versus 2, and Mages going to be pretty low. We are going to see a smoke being deployed by Device, but before he'll try and get the bomb down. Fakes it out for now, trying to bait the CTs in. A decent wallbang attempt there, I have to say. Device takes a few bullets from Olofmeister, but still the C4 will be planted. Mages low, but it will be Device to pretty much confirm this round now. Olofmeister probably can't even consider this one. Throws in the double door smoke to feign out that he's showing some interest, but he will be saving an AK-47 as he makes his way towards double doors. And there we have it, first round for Astralis. Money pretty good for FaZe Clan. They're going to get 1,400 in the next round, so saving this AK, they've got a buy available going forward.
Just quickly, we haven't recapped these two teams head-to-head in any of their last outings, and they have actually played this year. We saw them go toe-to-toe within the ESL Pro League Season 11, and it was a 2-0 in Astralis' favor. That was within Stage 2. You guys might forget how all that one went down, but it was only back there on the 7th of April. It was a overtime game on Nuke, unsurprisingly, where Astralis took map number 1, which was the pick of FaZe, and then moving on to their own choice of Overpass, they blew FaZe out of the water 16-4. So a completely different map pool this time round for their little bout. And if you want to reflect further back to 2019, well, maybe you remember the shellacking that Astralis gave FaZe Clan over there in Beijing. That was a rough series, to say the least.
Well, I think the Zonic just kind of reiterating the thoughts we often echo about how, if as an individual, you know, you have to keep up with FaZe Clan. When they're having a good day, they won't win unless they keep up individually. And the fact that that sentiment's coming from Astralis' coach only reinforces it when we say it here in the server. So only a scout for Nico. One of them was on 1,400. I think that was Rain, so they've managed to make it all work.
Yeah, the saved AK-47 certainly helps things out, and you can see them posturing outside the B tunnels here. coldzera and Brokey on a bit of excursion to find an opening kill, considering they're on the back foot somewhat. You can see they've got a distinct lack of utility here. Just a single kit, and Glaive, he's detected the pressure. So he's going to reposition. Device spotting that scout in towards the side. Looks like he's good to get the kill. Not quite. Second chance here. coldzera will get hit first by Glaive.
Nico's ready and willing. He knows there's an open pit, and he's still taking fights like that. That's impressive. He still gets spotted by Device. He keeps getting this fight. It's nerve-wracking. How is he so willing, so able? And he's actually caught Dupree on the edge of the smoke. Great shot. Olof bides his time on the edge of the smoke. Anyone does peek together, though. They're so coordinated, but there's enough of a gap. He gets both spread out just a little too wide, and the trade wasn't possible.
Great stuff from Olofmeister there. Just toying with the edge of the smoke has left him in a 5 versus 2. He's in a great spot here. Glaive not going to check him at a car. Guaranteed frag, and now Device, we've seen him in the pit for a while now, hasn't been able to find a kill, and makes his way towards T-spawn. Going to be Glock out for now. In terms of CT presence, there's coldzera waiting for him. Probably gets the kill, to be honest with you, but fires the shot off all the same, and he is going to make his way back towards spawn. So they are going to hunt him. You can see 4 players entering the long doors right now. He does go down. It's a big round for FaZe there. And Nico getting a great shot towards the long area towards Dupree. I think this is just straight up through the smoke. Yeah, indeed. And then Olofmeister, great play. And he's the way on the edge of that smoke. Take 2 of them down, get towards a car, and confirm a third.
Yeah, Glaive wasn't ready for this, and that was really the final frag of the round. Just Device getting hunted at the end there. So round 5, there's 2K around, so it's only going to be your favorite pistol for the Danes into this one. A bit of a pause. I don't like that I'm seeing 2 CTs at spawn.
Yeah, it's probably a bit of a tech issue here.
Yeah.
Just a small one.
Fingers crossed. It looks like we're getting straight back into things. Fingers still crossed, actually.
How many fingers you got to cross?
I've got 2 crossed.
Cross your toes as well.
I'm not capable with shoes on for the toe situation.
It's got a broad foot.
Well, normally you're wearing the Crocs, so I thought maybe it would be possible. But
I wish I was wearing my Crocs. I actually made a active choice.
Not to wear them?
About to walk downstairs in my Crocs, and I was like, you know what? It's upper bracket. It's playoffs.
You're going to put some shoes on
I'll put some
today.
shoes on.
Okay. Well, it's good that you put pants on today as well, because it was getting a bit weird.
These are my new...
Well, he was hanging out in the kitchen last night in the boxer shorts. I appreciate
that was this morning.
That was this morning. It feels like about 2 days ago. It was this morning.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? It's got to this stage now,
that was
guys.
before my afternoon nap, so it kind of blends into one at this point.
Oh, yeah. You guys have mastered the early morning rise.
I couldn't nap again today after being woken up, but I gave it a good shot.
Chad's grumpy today, guys, just so everyone's aware. 4 hours sleep. I've never seen him on 4 hours sleep.
I usually get 8
that's a danger zone.
every night. The only
6 is like the bare minimum.
Yeah, and the only days that I don't sleep are travel days. So this is new territory right here. We'll see how I can operate.
Chad's going to get all snappy at you like you're an airport attendant.
Uh-oh.
Bang! Going for it. Doesn't quite hit the shot, but Olof down to 62 nonetheless.
Well, this is going to be Astralis on, I guess you could call this an eco. No armor, no nades. Just going to try and get the bomb down. We saw them attempt it towards short once before, but Let's see whether they've got the same approach in mind. They've got a couple players make it 3 towards long the bomb, however, at short.
There we go.
Kill, and that's going to be a lovely shot from Glavin. A bit uncomfortable now for Faze, but the bomb, I thought it'd have to drop down towards spawn. That's normally a guaranteed victory. But they're actually applying a decent amount of pressure here. I don't think this will be a foregone conclusion, but that shot might do it.
They're so low, but unfortunately, unless you can translate them into frags, Olaf's having a little gallery. Popping off the heads, keeping himself in a headshot angle, and yeah, looks good and tidy now. Zipex, only 4 HP and a Glock, so those are the ones where you just stop talking. Let's just quietly guess how much time it takes for Zipex to die. Could be very quick. I reckon he dies at 30 seconds. He's going to draw this out.
Okay, start the timer.
10 more seconds. Oh, God. Oh, no. Chill, Zipex, chill. Give me 5 more. No, okay.
Oh.
He goes down all the same. It's 4-1. FaZe are off to a great start here on Dust 2. The map pick of their own.
I'm working on some IT issues as well over here, so I apologize for my lack of
I was about to inquire, Chad, actually.
Really trying to fix some stuff here today.
I'm going to be honest with you.
What are the issues? What have you got going on?
I don't know what happened, but we normally have a caster dashboard to give us information to the game that we would be on the scoreboard.
It isn't working today.
Right now, it's not working. But Skybox is,
okay.
So we have that at least.
We'll keep our eye out then for some bits and pieces, some lovely jubblies, as we'll get into round number 6. It's going to be a full buy on either side here. Initial flash from Glaive just to bait out a bit of utility if possible. coldzera, though, you can see him thinking about it, but he's one step ahead. He won't be giving in just yet. Over towards short. Astralis will find themselves now up against Nico. You might not know he's the main AWPer on Dust 2. CT side, you'll find him by the car or the A ramp. Sometimes challenging towards short. That's what he's hoping to do here. Looking for, I can only imagine to be the jump across for a peak or a boost. See if they walk into the crosshair.
Yeah, a lot of AWPers will play on the lip that Nico currently has in front of him. And Device would have had the line. Now he's got to line up. I'm actually going to steal this. Hang on. Is it just for short? That would be real nifty.
I think the level of difficulty right there is...
nah, man, that's a...
I would say extreme.
It's a lineup and a jump throw. Maybe a crouch jump, either way. Running through perfect flash, but Rain undeterred. If he slides to the left here, he could find a gap as Zipex is ready for it. 2 players to defend B. A lot of ground covered. The defenders can't really help them. It's Brokey and coldzera cornered and about to meet the wrath of Astralis.
Here they come. Molotov's been thrown out. It's looking fantastic for the Danes, but here comes a big spray down. coldzera trying to find a second before he goes down, but it's in vain for now. It's going to be Zipex planting the bomb, and he does so successfully. 3 versus 2 now. Nico and Olafmeister poised to go for this one. It's the AWP as well for Nico. Might want to second guess that because I don't think it's going to work out. Astralis, they wrote the book on saving weapons on the CT side. That grenade's pretty decent. Doesn't quite do it. Zipex down to 9.
Yeah, if only they'd coordinated those nades. I was about to say as well with an incendiary, we've seen after Zywoo it was the first time it caught my eye, having the incendiary towards bricks. He had a nice little lineup for that retake, and it made it look so much more
Didn't we,
doable.
you and I worked that out last week? We sat there, I can't remember it now.
We were underhanding it with the door.
Yeah,
it was a different approach, jumping underhand.
We were doing the underhand, it landed at car/bricks every time.
Yeah, but like, it does make retaking B less of an issue. You smoke that door side as they usually do, an incendiary there, a smoke tons. Bob's your uncle. Unfortunately, the chances of having that much utility for a retake on Dust 2 is minimal.
Well, Bob's my granddad, so it makes it a little bit harder for me, and that's actually a true statement. So, Rush, can we take a quick little look right now at the AK-47 on the T side with the Vox Eminor stickers when we find it? I think it's in the hands of...
He's guessed Magisk, but for now we're going to have to watch that cross now with Gucci. Glaive going to fly straight out on this one. They've got a long corner smoke. Vox Eminor stickers, of course, an Australian squad that could, and so can Glaive.
The plucky young team that could. Love kangaroo and all. Great times, happier times perhaps.
Yeah, surfer hair flowing through the breeze.
Not a care in the world.
Sand.
Plunger under his arm.
Plumbing contract for when he got back from his LAN.
Well, let's get back into the action here. It's the opening kill for Astralis. Nico has been tagged by Device, I'd imagine, as well. Down to 17 points of health. This looks nigh on impossible to try and defend. There's only one player at the A side. He's got 17 points of health, and he's just throwing everything he's got, just begging them to go elsewhere on the map. Please, don't come near me. And I think they're going to have to save at this point already. Nico will just have to get the hell out of there.
Oh, they're just conceding it. Oh, please don't lose that orb. Zipex trying to throw more bullets through the smoke. All good. And that bomb will be planted. Now, Astralis, they have managed to coordinate such a perfect T round that they don't lose a single player, and they plant on the A site on Dust 2. Very lovely stuff.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for them now to start building a bit of a surplus of cash here. They've got everything they need other than nades exiting this round, so things are looking very, very good. But with the saves that I assume we're going to see quite a lot of here today, just with the way that these two teams approach Counter-Strike, loving to play the percentages, we will be seeing quite a few standoffs like this. It seems a bit odd, but getting into a round like that, which Henry had just posted, you could see Nico's low on HP. Olaf Meister basically good man for free. There's not a lot of damage done. To go for these scenarios, it's almost like you're just throwing the round away.
We're seeing a lot of, as we say, going to the pregame here, Dust 2 is lending itself to a more gambly nature on the CT side, just because that B-bomb side is so difficult to hold. You have to try and stay one step ahead of what you think they're going to do. But that's like a player like Glave's dream, because as soon as he knows he's inside your head, he suggested a few things. You operate on your EKs in a certain way. They start adjusting. They start taking timeouts. That's when you can start really toying with them on Dust 2, because their CT, the management required there is very volatile. It's a high-pressure map to call on, and we will see the orb coming out.
It's kind of like a boat that has multiple holes in it, right? Because you're trying to plug them all, and you just don't have enough people, enough fingers to plug all those holes at the start of the round, unfortunately.
Yeah, certainly a fun map, but you need a lot of coordination and understanding of how your teammates on the other side of the map are operating, how they're getting information, and when you need to push and give them info so they can operate accordingly. We will see Olaf Meister trying to get some of that aforementioned information now for his teammates. He's getting towards the long doors. Now, Glaive, he's a bit of a master of that, likes to get in there himself. It's Device, though, at the orb, but he sets up for what could be a B split. We've seen the contact smoke in towards tunnels. Cold Zero, though.
This is an adjustment from Faze. 2 of them holding that door's position.
I feel like middle is the key to defending these B splits, because obviously you've got a very tight choke, but you can lock that off with a smoke or an HE or the back of the platform for an orb. It's middle is the main issue. That's when you'll feel the real pressure from those splits. So allows you to transition back towards A quickly as well.
But as soon as it's been exploited and that weakness has worked, for example, the successful B takes, now you have to be paranoid about that, but then you have to also neglect long. You've just been talking about it. And there's the same smoke from Nico, gets a nice one onto short.
That's curious that he's saving it that late in the round right here, because that could deter Astralis a little bit earlier. But here, now that they're ahead of it, they can see it's clear, they've extinguished it, and they can still set up and attack this A bomb site if they like. And well, with all 5 members right now towards the cap position, it should be an A attack.
It certainly should be. Rain's hearing steps. He's actually gone for the fight and he wins it. That's going to slow them down. That's going to encourage them and corral them in towards A. This is the go. Green light. Diving down. Now Jiski wants the fight and he's actually managed to take down Rain.
This is very entertaining Counter-Strike there. You can see how reactive Astralis are being, feeling out every maneuver. They've got 10 seconds remaining here, trying to get the bomb down from short. This is beautiful stuff, and there will be a couple of kills brought back. Dupree with a backstab from Hell there. That's the B bomb site. His teammate Glaive is isolated, but he's rising to the occasion here. Glaive can back up for this moment only. Olaf Meister knows it, takes care of him, but takes a lot of damage en route. 1 versus 1. Glaive knows he's got a huge advantage here at Olaf Meister, trying to cheese it out, get a long range distance here, but it will be Glaive just hitting that 1 bullet required as he'll pull the round back. Beautiful stuff from Astralis there. Very reactive. Great CS, especially from Dupree as well. Look how much he just bought them in terms of space and time.
Yeah, I mean, that looks so different if Dupree hasn't gone for the around-the-world flank. What a dream setup that is, to be having the bomb going down on A with 10 seconds left and you've still got the flank on that B. That really screwed FaZe Clan, and that's found the equalizer as well. Keep an eye on the Deagles from FaZe Clan. It is unarmored, so anything that they can pull off in this one will be a surprise.
Just one more little detail on that round. So with Magus jumping into spawn, the reason that he would have felt comfortable doing that is because Rain swung mid, right? Rain is bloody hell. Rain's an A defender. So the fact that he was fighting mid like that, you would assume that there was 2 players over towards B, and that the other A defenders would have to be playing retake. And that is probably why Magus dropped towards spawn, to stifle that, allowing Dupree to come for the flank and get the multi.
Interesting.
So there's all the little details, because as soon as you see Rain and you, okay, well, it's highly unlikely Nico and Olaf are both on the site. Someone has to be watching along. You assume it's going to be the retake A, and that's the result right there. So good stuff from Astralis here, as they're going to take the lead.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this, I have to say. It's a nice fast-paced game as well. Everyone's hitting their shots. Everyone looking pretty up for it. As we get into round 10 here, 1 round separated to 2 teams, 5-4. Astralis still looking very good after giving up that pistol. We are going to see them with the orb from Device, 4 AK-47s. The death of the Krieg is officially here now, and we couldn't be happier, to be honest with you. And both of these teams, FaZe never really liked it. Astralis wasn't even buying it towards the end of its life. So everything's looking great out there.
I won't be too worried that it's gone?
No, I don't think anyone cares.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm moving on with my life. And take some long control. Interesting. Just off the back of a flash, he concedes it. And they're leaving the bomb at spawn. So Astralis, they don't plan to take any sort of commitments here. They definitely just want to take that space away from the CT. So now they know no information long. A molly car, keeping that pressure up. Bomb's on its way towards the B side. And oh, here comes the push.
Ooh, the bomb's in upper
Did they do it dry? They just got to walk in?
This is going to be quite the meeting in upper B. Knives out for Glaive, he moves back, he hits dupreeh on the end of the fishing rod here. He spots the barrel, double kill is lined up, and he nails it. dupreeh might have won the round right there and then. He opens up the B bomb site, and now just one player waits outside. That is going to be Olofmeister, who stays around for now, suggesting he's going to give it a go at trying to deny the crossover. The smoke going down, that might just call it already. I think he knows it. Starting to peel off now. Doesn't really look like he'll challenge at all. A second smoke confirms it. This is beautiful stuff. Just making sure they don't give this away in any imagination possible.
Chad, can we play a game? Like, so I've never competed in Tier 1 Counter-Strike, right?
Okay.
But I've watched a lot of Counter-Strike recently.
All right.
So is it a fair possibility / assumption that I've watched a lot of FaZe Clan. I know that on the CT side of Dust 2, they push up a dark as a pair.
Yeah.
Is it a chance that dupreeh sitting in that angle fully informed that that's a very possible way to win a round?
And I would say that there's even a high likelihood that Glaive intentionally made footsteps running away to bait them into the upper dark further. And the reason I say that is because they had clear run at long, right? They had a clear run. They had control. They had pit if they wanted.
Yeah, sure.
They knew that nobody was corner. They were spamming over towards the car position. They knew that nobody was home. Well, if nobody's home, where can they be?
They're going to do something. They have to do something. Oh, it's so smart. And they won the round. I haven't really been watching the screen. I've been looking at Chad. Looks like a couple of weapons were saved. Just the one for Nico. He'll be keeping hold of his AWP. Unfortunately, we've got a replay of exactly what we're talking about. This is a FaZe Clan maneuver. They didn't have the info long, and dupreeh, he was so ready for the second. Takes 2 heads and immediately starts to hold W.
Yeah, that's a great pickup to get. Pretty much guarantees the round for yourself, and they managed to get a couple more kills after that as well. It's just Nico that survives with the AWP. So they'll take a tactical timeout. The first 4 phase here, it's 6-4. Money is okay with the saved orb. They could get out a couple of SMGs, some Deagles perhaps to go with it, but looks like they're going for the more conservative approach here. Rain just the pistol. A couple of smokes in the mix here, and no other utility purchased thus far. CZ for Brokey, we'll see the other boys limping. Imagine coldzera will get a deagle as well. Quite a specialist with the weapon. Goes for the scout instead.
Okay. It's dangerous at least. If they get a couple of tags here, but that means Astralis need to be sloppy, and that's not what we've seen out of them in these last couple of rounds. It's been very clean. They've been making sure they're clearing all the corners, using their smokes and utility on point, and well, here's a chance.
I hate this fight. It's so nerve-wracking. Nico wants it again, though. If he was to surely not clear back, Device still trained on him. Oh, and he does miss the timing. Safe for now. And looks like Magis and dupreeh have intentions towards middle. Nice little boost. Try and force him out of position if there was anything from the CTs, but just that orb. Don't forget that Astralis' primary objective here is going to be not running into the only dominant weapon on the server for the CTs here.
So plenty of time left in this round. Astralis with the spread default for now, but you can see them starting to set up for the mid to B split. They want towards short right now, but 3 outside those double doors. Bombing up a B as well. They're just going to show a little bit of presence towards A potentially.
There's a timer on this.
There is with the long control here. FaZe know they need a bit of intel. They pushed up a B before, this time getting 2 players in towards the long doors. Wrong boost around the corner. We're seeing a lot of that these days. We saw G2 in the previous matchup against Vitality, dropping that a lot. Led them to success in the end, and here we go, Desert Eagle.
Oh, it's
no
so
one's
nerve-wracking.
watching long, and there's a couple of kills potentially.
Oh, he gets both of them in the end, thanks to Rain. Brokey's caught one in the trade and tag. coldzera, he's hit one through the smoke. They're going to win this. They only had pistols. It's all onto Device. That molly does look fantastic. It should force Cold into the fight. And he hits the shot regardless. FaZe Clan, they're always good for a couple of them. Armored Deagles and a victory.
Yeah, things starting to get out of control there at one stage, but it will be FaZe and the Desert Eagles, the long push coming in, and what a push it was. Astralis, I have to say, Chad said there was a timer on it for that reason, I'd imagine, right? You have no idea whether they're going to be coming behind you, and that's always the danger of Dust 2. That's why you have about, we normally send a map to Inferno. If you've got all 5 to Banana, you have about a 15-second window knowing the map's open, and you have no idea if they got intel or backstabbing you. And so, yeah, dead on there, and they pay the price.
Yeah, I think the assumption, hold up, this could be, oh, he's fluffed the movement, he should cancel this. He's going forward. Zippy, he was on a mission, and it wasn't a good one.
Ooh.
Yikes, he's lost his teammate Device as well. Magisk very much committing around the smoke and just a wild spray. They're all too aware of all the tricks of the Astralis trade and they will punish. Looks like it could be 6, just Glaive and Dupree. Heading over towards the doors position. They got the bomb on their back and a chance, very small one, to take this fight. Nico looks like he's set in a perfect spot for at least the first. He's got his teammates. Ooh, he actually went for the flick, madman.
Yeah, well, at least he spotted one, so Rain can start to be a little bit more active at this point. He hears him jump up towards short. Doesn't look good for Astralis to do much of this one. Nico getting to a more defensive position, and we've got Rain locking them in. Oh, they haven't been super aware of the flanks in the last couple of rounds, Astralis. And that's going to be a very clean round for Faze there. Barely took any damage on a long spawn as well. What did Zipex screw up so much there, Chad? I didn't quite catch it.
He was trying to jump through the doors, but he hit the box, which meant it completely stalled him. So he was delayed out of the doors there, and at that point, the Molotov had already settled. The flashes that were being thrown over for him were wasted, and he continued forward anyway. It's always a tough one, right? You're assuming that you're going to be able to get towards that pit position, but it's spawn-based. And if it's spawn-based, that means you can't fluff your lines. You have to make sure that you're getting on out there as quick as possible.
Because we've seen, you know, that CIS stuff we were watching, like the likes of Spirit and Simon Gaming, they were, if they had the good spawn, they could fly out so comfortably, like with no fear. And then you see the difference of one slight slowdown on that strafe. Well, you're eating nades, flashbangs, and everything.
I think the sign of confidence that your team's grenades are good is when you run out the doors and you're looking at the ground, right? Because you're trusting your teammates' flashes to get you all the way to pit.
We've seen Chris J looking at the ground all the way to pit.
Yeah, and that right there means that you have a very good routine, at least, to get you that much control, or at least you have faith in your teammates. So as an entry fragger, you definitely need to have that. It will be the force buy from Astralis here. Magisk is actually onto the scout right now. He has a Tech9 as the sidearm. Device, he's out this time round.
There we go. He's got a nice little path as well to allow him to pick towards A. He knows there'll be a player towards the pit. That's going to be Rain. And again, Astralis being caught out. They're not super aware of these positions, and Rain doesn't nail the shot. He'll deploy the flashbang and try and get himself out, but it will be the opening kill with Zipex. Landing on their feet now. Dupree with a double kill towards middle. That's massive.
Device has got no armor on his AK. Okay. Interesting. It doesn't seem like it's going to cost Astralis, but that is peculiar. An unarmored AK coming into round 30.
Definitely don't see too many of those.
Dupree's had 3 rounds at this point with huge impact in that regard, right? At least 3 that I'm counting.
He was struggling earlier this week as well, right?
Yeah, we were highlighting that he had a bit of a stinker. I think it was against G2.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Device nearly running out of bullets. We'll find it just before, and Nico actually...
Oh, no, it's the other way around.
Does go down. It was the scout in the end. Magisk will grab himself that AWP. So they're just exchanging spotless rounds. It's a different look. Haven't seen that in a while.
Well, this is what we're talking about with all the fingers and the leaking bow, right? You have to, if you want to actually deal with long, you're going to need all 3 individuals there. We even see teams do a 4-man lean. If you want to make sure that they can't just rush B, you need to have 2 players go towards B. If you want to make sure they can't just run straight out mid to B, you have to have somebody either aggressive catwalk or close mid.
So you're telling me is we need 7 CTs.
There's not enough
to defend us
unless you're Astralis. Then you might have enough players. I'm not sure if it'd be allowed just yet, but look, it's such a difficult map, and that's where Henry was talking about the gambles. It is that if the Ts do have good long spawns and you gamble incorrectly, you do a 3-man B stack and they do something else, you've lost the round immediately.
You just end up saving.
Exactly. So Dust 2, it needs some changes. But that's just the way the map flows at the moment. And, well, Brokey with the AWP. He's not going to get off the mark right there. He'll be dropped. Mid to B's off and on up. And, they bumped each other.
They're going to punish so hard here. Glaive responsible for Rain to push through. And he does manage to make some space. Cold Sarah has defended B, and Rain, while blind, he walks into the flames. It may not matter. Cold Sarah, he says, get the hell out of my sight. 2v1.
Well, Zipex, we know he's capable of winning these, but for now... He's in the 2 versus 1. Olofmeister trying to encroach his position from T-spawn. He will be taken down here. He's been outflanked. Olofmeister picks up a freebie, and it will be 7-7. Fantastic work there as Faze just gunning them down towards middle. Even a cheeky team kill thrown in the mix, and as Alex said, didn't seem to matter whatsoever. A very efficient mid-hold. We're seeing those double mid players that we highlighted earlier actually coming up trumps.
They lost Brokey early. I mean, that was a disadvantage to FaZe Clan, but dealt with so well. Without Cold's triple kill, they do not translate that into a 7th. Great defensive work. He's really been... I mean, we saw the tweet from Nico. Admittedly, I think they live together, so I'm not sure if this was coming from Nico's fingertips, but he did say Cold is the best teammate ever. Glaive has found Rain, and now Olof immediately equalized. He can even get a second here, maybe even a third. Glaive on the smoke. He's done it. The Swede sends them packing.
That's huge. Olof Meister, another player who's been struggling on the road to Rio, but that's a real world-class play there. Very confident spray down. Leads them to a 4 versus 2 on a massive round as well. This is going to take 8 rounds on a CT side of Dust 2. And now just Device. Nothing really to do with this one. We'll see whether he gets any kills. There's the Volk stickers, Chad. You can really see them.
I was just watching them kind of transition through the different light. Yeah. Maybe I want some fancy stickers.
Well, they're only $2,000 each.
Oh,
so that's very reasonable.
Certainly.
That's real people money too.
That's real people money for fake stickers.
Yeah.
Incredible. 8-7 is the score on the half, the first map of our final series, folks.
Clan an opening kill, the bomb planted, and a 5 versus 4. Zippy already been tagged down to 36 as well, and Device looking for the one-taps from short, but no one offering themselves up here. They're going to have to fully commit. They've got a smoke and a flashbang, but no defuse kit as things currently stand, as they'll coordinate their players now. They're going for it, and they get the first kill.
Glaive's holding it though, and he's missed his shots. Rain goes down. Dupree with another huge impact. Nico can't do enough, and a just successful defuse will come on in. Glaive securing the full 10-seconder, but that is impressive. That was a 5v4 retake.
Yeah, against Astralis as well, and they only lose one further player from that. Dupree, he gets 3, and I have to say, the coordination was a little bit off there for Faze. Rain missing a whole clip of the P250 in the back, and his teammates not doing much better there. They don't do anything, but the bomb gets planted, and they combine the third. So they're going to take an eco here. Desert Eagles with a smoke trying to get the bomb down from short, I'd imagine, and we'll see their gun round start following shortly.
Yo, this game couldn't be any closer, boys. I know the scoreline's tied at 8-8, but so are the opening duels, currently 8-8, and if you look at the multi-kill rounds, 10 apiece. So
wow.
we...
that hasn't happened in a long time.
Yes.
Completely level.
It's the trifecta.
As all things should be, balanced. Second round of this first half then. Dust 2 was the map pick of FaZe Clan. Lots within their arsenal, but this was what their coach YNK and the squad landed on as their best bet. Looking to put the best foot forward, and just the Deagles was Olof. He does tag up Dupree on B, keeping that presence and keeping 2 CTs busy as they prepare for the push. Actually going in pretty flashed. Just one single flashbang. Zipex has one as well. If they can get this goose frag, it's Brokey for the info. He only had the Glock, hoping the Deagles could have done more, but Device's double has really slowed things down.
Yeah, they really had to trade at least 1 kill here to stand a chance, but there it is. Bomb does go down, and probably their chances of getting a plant as well. But they've already got the plant and the pistol, so they'll still be able to buy regardless. This would have been a bonus of some sort, but just looking for that extra kill now. Device on for the ace. Just to know that, not really that exciting against no armor, but there we have it. It will be 9-8. Astralis taking the lead now, as Alex just mentioned on their opponent's map pick. Here's the replay of Device getting it done. Flash from his teammate. Nothing to write home about, but denying the plant is a big deal.
So some of the tendencies to look for the FaZe Clan on their T side right here. We know that they do enjoy a fast mid-biff, getting straight out the doors if they know the team is doing a heavy long and B defense right there. They've got all the executes you could possibly imagine. Set pieces towards the B side. They've got a couple of mid to B ones, even strats that we make up for them when they misthrow their smoke. So it is just going to be the hard B on the first gun round. This is
We're off. They're standing it.
Oh, Magic for some reason, he's always good for 2. This time, not at all. Olof down to 40, but the B site is lost. And if I've learned anything about Astralis, is they do like to play the percentages. And unless Device, as he moonwalks up the ramp, tries to hit something on the cross, this will just be the save call.
And that's what we're talking about. That round, we only had Mages in towards B. They haven't been showing anything on that side of the map. So now Astralis had to reposition, work out whether they need to consider that as a possible threat going forward, or whether they'll keep things going, just put it down as a difficult round for Mages. You're not going to find 2 every single time, right?
Certainly not. And something that's always impressive is when teams start to exploit that. When we watch Fnatic in similar circumstances, Golden would just keep calling this fast B because the CTs are like, they won't do it again. They won't do it again. And you can really get in each other's heads. It's so
Chad will
enjoyable.
tell you all about that. That's his favorite way to call.
We once won a tournament with calling on the CT side of train, 3 people push inside to flank yard because we just kept losing the yard.
Yeah.
I think we did like 6 rounds in a row.
Well, you just ended up like going full flank main, or you're dropping pop?
No, dropping like behind them, and just like because they're so focused on clearing everything out on yard, you just do the same strat. I think Havoc called that one there. That's a long time ago now. I think we're going all the way back to 2013. So
respect
really
Havoc.
have to go back in the time traveling vehicle.
While you're there, stay a year, buy some Vox Emina stickers.
Worth $2 grand.
Worth $2 grand nowadays,
Gomez
man.
is kicking himself. He could have held on to those. Would be like Bitcoin for him at the moment. He had over like 200 of those.
Oh, what a muppet!
Oh no, don't like that.
Gomez, Kermit, the whole gang.
Big Bird.
And we're cross-contaminating Sesame Street with the Muppets there.
Did I do it?
Yeah, Chad did.
I did.
Phew.
Big Bird. But it's all good. We'll see whether these UMPs can cause any damage going forward. It's going to be Dupree rotating over towards B, and that's exactly where FaZe are ending up here. Goldzera, great shot toward the double doors, completely blind as well, it seems, and
there
back
we go.
and forth we go as an absolute brawl. Good flash from Mages, and it could get him one more frag, but the Flames will find him first. 3 versus 2, still possible for Astralis here, but they're stuck in towards CT squad, and Rain wants to keep them there.
They've got nades, they've got rain, it's all set up perfectly, and the FaZe machine has generated a 10th. Device locked in towards the CT position. Rain has essentially won this round for them. There's nothing Device could do.
Blind was Cold Zero on that first kill. It still looked like
flashed,
he was absolutely fine with it. Precise shot, no problem. And we'll see Device presumably going down to Rain here in a second. He has been spotted, so might be able to take one down with him, but Device won't be surviving this one.
One, and done. No worries for FaZe Clan, they've got loads of cash to splash, but they do reach the double digits first. And another B hit, so that's 2 successful B hits in a row, and now Astralis are going to be kind of gimped for utility. This could be the perfect storm. Let's see that again. So Olof, it was the Molotov onto Magisk. I thought he'd done enough, but he just got burned. I think he was flashed a little bit, couldn't see where the damage or the spread was coming from under the scrutiny of the FaZe players in his sight, and he just burns down. Broky's Molotov did take the final B defender down there. And so into round 20, it is going to be just a smattering for Astralis. A scout for Glaive, he can treat himself.
That right there, that round, it was very desperate for Astralis to cross mid doors and get towards the B bomb site. The whole, I guess, flurry of frags that went down or could have gone down across middle with Nico and Rain trying to push out the doors, they just dropped the Molotov and ran across mid because they knew they had to get to the B bomb site to help. They knew that they had to get on there to make sure it couldn't just be taken. And that, unfortunately, is a sign of what we were talking about earlier. The fact that they have to go with these stacks over to other bomb sites. They can't just hedge 2 players into the B bomb site, assuming it will be that side of an attack. And here they're left with, well, as you mentioned, not a lot. Nothing that should be hugely exciting. There's not even any nades or flashes to come up through. There we go. Smoke and a Zeus. So now
we're
I'm
talking.
excited.
Now we're talking.
They're sending an extra player over towards B, but that's made is tagged as well. So Brokey doing initial damage here. They send 2 players towards B. It's going to be just spread default for FaZe. They know they're up against not a lot here. Just wait for the initial push. Once you find that, coordinate yourselves for a 5-man take, but no rush to do so. Wait for these sort of approaches from Zipex.
Oh.
Nice grenade through the mid doors. Lands
chain
on top of Glaive.
Even snatches the scout to the other side of the door just to ensure it can't be scooped up. dupreeh wants to have a look. Getting close to those doors, challenging when backs are turned would be the ideal setup, but for now, Brokey's trained on it as they progress up.
The Zeus is out close mid doors as well.
I don't know if anyone's going to challenge, though.
Well, the reason he can do this is because they've already used the close Molotov, so they will have to now clear it again, and he might have an opportunity here to get one of these kills. It shouldn't be more than just a comedic moment.
Give it to us.
It certainly was, Chad. You got to admit, that was funny.
Yeah, well, it's like he's out.
Oh, no! He's just
so is that. What? It's a series of blunders here. We're going to keep going. We've got anything left in the tank?
Oh, no!
What do we have?
No!
Let's go! Magisk has made the impossible happen here, and it works out. The eco victory, the Zeus kill, the team kill from Brokey.
Oh, no.
Everything that could have gone wrong certainly occurred there for FaZe. We know what happens, Chad, when they lose that sort of round. What happens
to
after?
overtime. No, this right here.
Go to overtime, yeah, straight up.
No, normally with FaZe, what happens is they get a little bit tilty. It takes them a couple of rounds to recover, and then the game starts becoming a bit more of a back and forth affair for them. Luckily for them, it is already a back and forth affair, so it's not like they're going to squander a massive lead like we've seen in the past.
I don't mind this. I was about to say, you would normally see Nico go for the hero AK, and he'll go for a drop down on T-spawn out those mid doors. That normally is their sort of reaction to that sort of round. But as you can see, he can actually afford the AK-47. That's not a big deal. They can go PD-50s around him, but I would imagine one of his teammates is going to scout, and they'll try and cover him when he drops down, goes to the middle doors. I've casted him do that a dozen times, and this would be the exact sort of round he'll deploy. Yeah, this is the sort of round his teammates get towards B. He'll go down towards the drop-down boxes, and we'll see whether it works out. But it is the double orb, and I have been super impressed with dupreeh's secondary orb contributions on Dust 2. He looks amazing on this map. Currently top fragging as well, good form today. And Nico doesn't go for the drop-down, but he did have the good spawn. We'll see if he wants to go towards short here. And in terms of the smoke, Olof Meister lining one up, so he'll deploy that towards Xbox now. And Nico just to lead the charge. He got a flashbang for the first corner. And a second, both from by Cold Zero. He can bounce him off the first window here at short. And a good nade. Ouch.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. Rain down to 50. So Nico, he's just floating amidst his unarmored opponents, or rather teammates, I should say. Brokey, for example, has just taken another nade to the face. He's working with a little less health. So they do not get spotted by Device as they leave Catwalk, which is valuable. Astralis still operating under the assumption that there is a gathering there. possibility towards long. A good flashbang from coldzera could set Nico up for the frag onto Zipex. He's playing blue bin.
Oh, the nade timing.
The nade again. They're playing this so well.
They haven't even seen anyone yet. They've lost about 200 HP as well. We'll see them actually make their way out towards long. Remember, Nico has invested in that AK. They've actually got another rifle there as well. Zipex goes down, and dupreeh with that secondary AWP. He's under a lot of pressure here. Nico, he'll get the trade, and actually got a man advantage now. I thought they're going to win this round. Blade can't do anything. He's been painted into a corner. 4 versus 2. Device watching the cross. They've got no smoke. That is one advantage they have here. Bomb going down a crossover.
Yeah, what do you do to get the AWPer off the line? Olof had a great idea, but Device too quick.
This is the problem now. Because,
Brokey could drop.
Yeah, but he's only got the Glock, right? So it won't do too much.
Oh! That works. That really works. That's suddenly going to enable the bomb to be thrown across. In fact, Brokey, that's smart, using the peon that is Brokey, but they have got a Molotov. Will that bomb be able to go down? It could very well be, but Nico hits the shot. From winning it once, now Faze hit them back with a taste of their own medicine.
And there it is, Nico, the in-game leader, manages to pull out the AK-47, and he is a hero. 3 kills in the round, 368 damage. He gets the job done. Device did his absolute best to deny this round as well. 2 excellent shots towards that crossover. Looked like it was done there, but Nico, he came in and hit this showstopper. That's the AWPer going down. Huge trade as well. Great effort with that incendiary going down there. Chadden's right, that could have been enough.
It could have. I mean, he was low as well, right? He was sub 50. And there was a Molotov at his feet. He just takes the fight and wins it. Balls to the wall. Aggressive towards long. Taking that control. A deep smoke gives Astralis that info. Up short, though, they're going to be throwing out smokes of their own, and that nade looks destined for damage. Will half Nico's functional health pool. And they want to try and pivot straight into dupreeh. Not a Zeus this time, he's got an M4. And the bomb's been delivered to the other side. Brokey takes matters into his own hands, but doesn't hit the shots. In this one, it's a bit of a shambles.
Really enjoyed that from dupreeh. Thinking on his feet. Upgrade to the AK-47. I couldn't have worked out better from as well. The first 2 players, the AWPers, and then we saw the AK user and the AWP behind him. They all got blocked up. They couldn't trade out the kill. He managed to get 3, and Nico will have no chance of clutching this one out. 5 versus 1. Less than a minute. Look at them actually sat on the bomb with 4.
Yeah, it's very scary. Device will collect it, 11-11, keeping things close, and I'm not surprised at this stage in the competition. And this is, perfect. You can see Brokey had to try and do something with a pistol. It was his only way to get him off the line. Didn't work out. Triple kill from dupreeh, and it's refreshing to see him at the top of the scoreboard. We've talked about it. He's been one of the few members of Astralis that hasn't been necessarily riding that consistency wave that everyone else on the squad has as of late. A couple of slip-ups, a couple of losses to, well, Fnatic, who have recently fallen off, and Mousesports, who have recently fallen off. So that's the only 2 scalps Astralis have fallen to recently.
This is the full eco for FaZe Clan here. Astralis going to take the lead once again. The double AWP setup. As we said, it's a beautiful one. First kill for Zipex. He's towards shore, that AK-47, just trying to keep this round clean. They've actually got the best Dust 2 setup you could ask for. 3 AKs, 2 AWPs. That's about as good as you could possibly get. Might set them up for the map going in their favor, to be honest with you.
It's only 1,900 as the loss bonus for FaZe going into the next round as well. So they will get the buy going. They can even get the AWP out if you look at the money for Olof. He will be able to drop that over if they do require. But with all those bits and pieces in consideration right now, look, there's a real opportunity if Astralis can deny them getting the bomb down within the last few rounds here of second half of the first map. They can deny the buys to come on through and continue to apply pressure on Astralis here as well. You can see Brokey, he's trying out for the World Cup team. I didn't know, do Latvia have a World Cup team?
I assume they do.
I guess everyone has a World Cup team.
Yeah,
I don't really know a lot about football.
Yeah.
Nor do I. You're asking the wrong people.
You kick it in the goal.
I mean,
straight in the goal hole.
I'm definitely the goal hole.
Yeah, that's a technical term. And we will see. This is classic FaZe here. This is what they love. Alex, you do such a good job of explaining why they don't.
I really do, and I'm so glad you asked, Henry, because what we're seeing here is the full length of the round, 18 seconds left. as FaZe hoped
and
to pull out all their nades.
That was weird.
That's right.
Still didn't do anything.
Oh, can he burn to death? He
that's
can.
Smart. So he is denying them getting $300 or $600. Zipex still gets the cash, fair enough, but he doesn't give them the satisfaction of pulling the trigger.
Yeah,
which I think is something.
That's what it's all about, right? You know, Zipex don't want to give him the extra satisfaction.
Yeah.
It's way too good to kill Nico, and so he'll do his best impression of just standing in the flames. Cooks himself up nice, medium rare Nico. 11-12, the scoreline for the first map. This was FaZe's pick, but as Henry has outlined the round before, and something I'm very excited to see transpire, is the dream setup for Astralis. They still got hold of all those AKs and the double AWP. Let's see if FaZe can knock them off their perch a little bit.
Hey, Green, who's the AWPer at B? Is it Device or is it Dupree? It's Dupree. So the AWPers at this point are playing spawn-based because we've seen them at opposite sites, and that makes a lot of sense because you can get your AWPer to the corner of long to take the jewels there early. Neither of them had a fantastic spawn that round there, but it's good to see them playing a little bit looser, a little bit more flexible. They're able to fill the roles and gaps of one another here as FaZe Clan, they jump on up. They'll get cat control for free. This is a very, very slow round. You can see the bomb all the way towards the back of Death Alley, just near T spawn. One dealing with any aggression to upper dark. Outside long, cold zero as per the usual. That lurk smoke, Dupree is going to... Ooh, I thought he would push forward there to give him some information, but thinking better of that.
Still with those 3 AK-47s on the CT side, Astralis are set up for success here. FaZe will have basic map control, however. 2 towards short, the bomb's down towards middle. That'll be on the back of Brokey. So the execution, very standard finish for a T-side team on Dust 2. And you can see the A-side relatively open right now. They're really focusing towards B with 2 players in there. One towards CT spawn, transition play from Glaive, and he'll transition over towards the A ramp. He can feel a bit of pressure coming in now, and he would be right. They're getting ready as they throw in their flashbangs.
Wow, Rain's got straight down. They're playing on splitting through middle. However, Dupree gets enough time and enough space to actually get the first frag. Device picks up Nico on the lurk. And now they try and pincer in. If they can get into this site, there's still a chance. They need these frags now, though. And already Dupree's caught another.
I was going to say there was still a pretty decent chance there. Those 2 players could get a kill or 2. But now just Brokey looking to cause financial damage. Every kill he does get might deny an AK-47. He'll not get another one there, and it's a very convincing round. And the loss bonus, as Chad already stated, not massively high here for FaZe. That's 2 rounds. Make it 3 without the bomb going down. So we will find them at around $2,500 per player. 13-11, Astralis on cruise control right now. There should be no danger of getting this round away. At the very top end against Desert Eagles, no armor.
That's the conversation FaZe have had, and it does mean we're going to be having another one of these. If it does go the same way as it can, you'll notice that they'll be taking their time, talking it out.
I just have a quick one here, and this is going to need production's assistance because this should just be another round where they kind of limp on in. If we're able to bring up picture-in-picture with Skybox right now, we can talk about one of the highlights of last round. I didn't prep anybody. Here we go. Okay, so what I want to know, and while this round's going on, guys, we'll jump into it, but Dupree just here and the transition with the AWP on the B bomb side. So I'm going to play this out. You're going to see what happens. There's going to be a smoke that comes towards dark. We always talk about that. He's going to move straight away from it. Him and Magus are going to change. Magus has a rifle. Dupree obviously has the AWP. Yeah. He's going to jump up towards window. Still 2 of them alive, so we've still got a bit of time here.
So that was the pivot.
Yeah, but what I want to show here is as soon as they come out mid to B, I want to make this go a little bit faster for everybody if we can. As soon as they come out mid to B, instead of getting isolated here, they're about to come out any second, he'll go for these first shots. Oh, come on, game. A little bit quicker would be lovely. Comes on out. He goes for these first shots, and then he'll reposition over towards Car so he doesn't get isolated in the site as they team on through with the mid to B, and that sets up a better crossfire with him and Magus. So I liked it. I loved it. I'm sorry it took so long, and there you go.
Perfect timing, though, because in 3, 2, 1, we are back on in, and it's a bye this time from FaZe.
Yeah, and FaZe need to pull their socks up here, boys. It's going to be 4 rounds in a row for Astralis on the CT side. That's looking very good for them, I have to say. And we'll have AKs across the board here for FaZe. No AWP available for Brokey, but Incerity currently sat on 7 and 16. The AWPers haven't been delivering in the last couple of days. The Major certainly is through the smoke, through the wall, in the head. Olofmeister is dead. And we've got a 4-man setup towards the B tunnels as well. FaZe don't have anything to speak of the map.
Yeah, I think that death's taken them by surprise. I mean, you really weren't accounting for it. Look at the damage they're inflicting. Oh, they could have killed him, and they will kill one. Nico goes down to the device AWP, and he's already bopping out of there, strafing back to support long. Oh, the death. Look at where Olof's body is. Like, Cold Zera to the left of him, that's the Rain. That's Nico, excuse me. Olof is right in the corner underneath Rush's cam. That's how, like, look at the angle. Magisk wallbanged him through the smoke at an angle like that. Such a good, precise spray. There's another one for Magisk. He'll get his second. Round one, unless Brokey and Rain can make something materialize up against the Astralis CT force.
Magisk is low on the B bomb site, so if they do manage to get a mid to B split going here, they're onto something. Brokey has a smoke for CT spawn, a Molotov to deny the push, and a flash to get them over into the site. That's the best play they've got.
Big nade again. Big spray down coming in. The double wombo combo from dupreeh and Glaive. AG landing at their front door. Their loss bonus is now $2,900. So Galil's AK-47s, as you can see, that's reflected now, and it's going to have to take 4 rounds in a row. I feel like Astralis have actually set up a really solid CT side. It's dynamic. It's working out. They're nailing their shots, mixing things up. Overwhelming their opponents through the smoke as well, multiple times. 2 smoke kills there to kick things off.
Yeah, and Rain didn't see a single enemy. He
Exactly.
caught 3 nades over the course of that round. And starting with a bang, Olofmeister will eliminate Glaive. Throws his 16th death onto the in-game leader's board. And long control immediately seized. You can see how they bounce around now to change the approach. Device was hoping to catch Nico over the edge of the smoke. Bit of a role reversal now. Previously, Nico was dancing with Device on his CT side. He had a scout, though. Bit of an upgraded one for the Danish sniper.
If Magisk goes down here, it's a fair... Oh my god.
Great shot.
Device is having a mad one, and Rain's dead. That's Magisk. He's locked them in now. They are absolutely cream cracker here, boys.
They are chocolate bourbon. Rich tea, hobnob. What I'm trying to say is, it's over. 2 left, 1 on the edge of the smoke. It will be Olofmeister giving him the easiest and slowest peak. Nice work from Brokey, but only with a Galil. He's presented 3 to keep Faze's chances here on Dust 2. dupreeh will... Ooh, I think he got spotted. Brokey does peek in and hits a great shot. Now upgrading. Maybe there's a chance for Brokey. What a clutch player he is. He's disappearing to B. He anticipates the long. Can he get on out of cover fast? Can he get out there enough? Tucks in. Just about safe. He's going to B, boys.
He absolutely is. This looks great for a 1 versus 4 clutch. Brokey will get the bomb down. Magisk, he knows he hasn't crossed over towards double doors at least, and we'll see Brokey challenge. He's got him if he actually goes now. He's looking towards the window. Oh, he has no idea. Magisk might have it now. He's assuming he's coming from tunnels at this stage. Oh, he seems to... Oh, did he catch him?
I think he saw him. I thought it was the backpack for sure. He's done it.
Brokey.
Wins.
What a clutch king. The Latvian can. 1v4 keeps Faze in it.
Absolutely brilliant scenes there from Brokey. It didn't look possible. 1 versus 4 with the Galil. It felt like they could even throw players at him, which they did. But he took them all down. Remember, he hasn't planted the bomb. He hasn't done anything. Everyone's challenging, and even Astralis makes a mistake sometimes. And great play from him. But a 1v4 with Galil probably shouldn't be happening.
Well, that right now would actually be the pivot round for the game right here, because look, there is 15 rounds on the board for Astralis. They're on the CT side. That's where the economy can go through a few more woes. We're highlighting right here dupreeh, the highest fragger right now on the side of things for Astralis, and Brokey, with that, he's been able to get himself into the double digits. He was actually struggling for the squad up until this point, the lowest fragger for the team still. But Astralis will get another shot at it. They will have 2 more buys this round and the next very comfortably. So they have plenty of shots here to take FaZe Clan out of the equation. With only 1 individual surviving, that loss bonus coming on through, you can see their buy is not fantastic. Once again, Galil's out on the field. A couple of AKs. They'll make that 1, and the AWP in Brokey's hands. So it's still not a great buy for FaZe. They need to win this one, and they need to win it cleanly.
All right.
It's a difficult one. The 3 Galils, with 4 players going down in the previous. They will have the ult for Brokey, but still, he'll have no grenades. First bit of damage towards Cold Zera. And that was a long doors, courtesy of dupreeh, throwing the HE in towards those double door areas. We're going to have Brokey looking for the short pushes. So a flat default here. He manages to save the team. Wasn't posting a massive score before, but takes himself up to 11 after winning the 1v4. 23 kills for Device, his rival in terms of the sniping responsibilities.
What a clutch that was. That might do wonders for the FaZe morale. Time will tell. 3 rounds the gap. Run boosting Nico across. This is the same as his cousin gets set up. Maybe he's been taking lessons and tips. Either way, nothing found on that run boost. Still 5v5.
So the execution will be coming in. You can see them setting up for it. It's 4 players there. 1 towards long. That's still called Zera. So they have the smokes. The flashes available. But can they get it done? It's been so vulnerable. THE damage when they commit. Dupree will spot at least one on the corner there, and Nico not far behind him.
Oh, they're already going very wide. Olaf takes the first, but Glaive, sensational device as well. The three of them all falling in very quick succession. A tough duel for Nico as the flames pop, and Cold, he's so late. He's been trying to contain Long this whole time, and as his teammates have fallen, he just jumps straight into the first. What a shot Device holds, and it's Astralis 16. They take it. Faze's map pick, Dust 2. It starts with an Astralis victory. on the CT side.
Well, where are they starting?
Well, okay, I see what you've done there. I like it.
Well, the pistol then, presumably will be very important on the T side. We will see 3 smokes, 4 flashes, and a Molotov. Barely any Kevlar out there for Astralis. Just Device and Dupree, the double D combo that will be protected. And they'll start to push towards Banana, waiting for a bit of an assault here from the CT side, but they've got a 4-man setup towards middle. Broke in Olofmeister towards a quad side, and of course, Rain and coldzera patrolling quad. 5 players there for Astralis. We talked about the commitment to this side of the map. You've got to get your skates on, start committing within about 15 seconds from this point. You have no idea if you're being flanked, and this is why. You can see
so we could actually put the timer on it, right? Like, this is about 15 seconds, so you better hope you haven't got pins pulled. They do. No one's watching, so if he gets this timing right, it was just a second shy. Maybe a chance still, but no, they'll just pivot, turn around and collect. And oh my God, if they get Rain, they could just go A. Phew, okay, so he'll escape. His death could have changed everything, but he lives on, and they turn around.
Rain will go towards second middle here, and he could be in a lot of trouble. He'll find the first, but presumably will be taken down by Magisk and Glaive. He'll chime in with the third. 4 versus 2, and it's going to be Nico, Olofmeister, rotating in from the library side. Flashbang lands at his front door. They've spotted him, but no damage inflicted. Bombs go down.
Okie dokie. Not much these poor CTs can do. I mean, at least they're close to the site. At least they've both got kits.
They might actually consider saving. I know it seems ridiculous.
Even though no Kev?
Yeah, it's just the bomb's already down. They don't have any ground. They have to wait out this smoke. Even though they have nades of their own, that you were starting to build the story of maybe, we need to look at the fact that we just kicked off the pist around to the second map, and Faze are already down a map. So the percentages would say, hold on to that kit, hold on to the nades. It's going to be more beneficial when you're not sitting down 2 to 4 with the bomb already planted. So they will be opting. It's just a shame that the right play is the most boring play, but that's kind of just the way that it unfolds. That's the game of Counter-Strike.
And I'm totally cool with it in the situations like this. The problems arise when it's 14-14 and a team is sitting there having to save on a 4v5 retake. That sucks a bag of things.
Onions.
Yes,
a bag of onions.
That sucks a bag of onions. No one wants to suck an onion.
No.
That's no fun for anyone.
Well, we do have the force buy and response, or at least I assume we do. Nico will confirm it. Rain will join him with the Desert Eagle armor as well, and a scout for Olof. They did save 2 kits there and a bit of armor as well for Nico, so they do manage to get a pretty decent haul into this second round, and probably the most popular to force buy on, to be honest with you, CT side of the smokes especially. It's all about whittling down that clock and trying to make them uncomfortable as possible, get some decent flanks in, potentially some nade damage as well, and Olofmeister trying to find some tags here to kick the round off. But the flashbang will make things a little bit uncomfortable, and that's a perfect little setup there.
That was deliberate, right? Like that sweep, you could see 100%. Dupree. Oh, he just catches the player, because chances are if you're sniping down middle, you're only going to move out of the line of sight. You're not retreating. You're not expecting that push. Oh. Nico, I can't believe he stands his ground there. He resists and retains his life. He'll get the frag as well. 3v4. Smoke towards the CT. 2 members from Astralis starting the hit here. Rain, he wants to take a 1. They're stack-lading it. He gets chunked down to 25, but the fact he's still alive does bode well. Will they get the bomb down? He caught a glimpse. Sees the arm, knows there's someone nearby. Through the smoke with low HP Nico. He's already got 2 kills. They can't surely expect another from him.
Clear in a second.
Maybe he can nutmeg. He's hearing all of this. Glaive staring at the smoke, though, and very, very smart gaming.
Yeah, I love that. They haven't even planted a bomb yet. They knew Nico was up to something there. He's already found 2 kills, and Glaive, he'll find him in that smoke. That should be the round, to be honest with you. BO3 and coldzera. There are kits available to them, and we'll see whether this works out for Astralis.
Can that be our new rule?
A new rule?
A new rule when we're playing counter.
Oh, okay.
Is that when there's a smoke down on the site, we don't plant. We chill. We actually spray it.
Sure.
Because the amount of times I feel like we've got everything covered and there's someone shooting us in the booty.
Well, we were still getting past the calling correctly stage, making sure everybody listens to the strategies out of spawn. That was one that that was one of our first...
And Harry Russell, for someone that's paid to speak, is incapable of speech.
Well, he's one of those individuals, and there's actually a lot of them out there. It will come as a bit of surprise to people if you haven't played a lot of Counter-Strike yourself. There are people who are actually unable to speak and shoot at the same time.
Even like professional gamers?
Look, I'm not going to lie, in certain situations, there will be individuals who are dead who will take over the calling so somebody can just focus on the fragging and the information.
Speaking of focusing on the fragging, Magis has opted for the Glock only in round number 3 here. So a bit of cheese. Going to try and just punish his piece out of the map, and we'll see what he can make of it. It's actually players like Flusher. They'll show us how powerful this can be. So it's no investment, really. He's already got armor, and we'll see whether it works out for him. Looking for that 3-0 scoreline, it'd be perfect. Throwing in Magisk first. He's done a bit of damage there with the grenade as well. I say a bit, just 90.
Just a casual 90.
Yeah.
Another one as well.
Their utility damage is just working out for them. Great shots. Glaive got 2. Still not committing, still not any sort of step towards a bomb plant. They don't need to. No rush. They don't want to fall to any sort of stacks. You can see them very procedurally clearing their way in.
You can tell the difference between Astralis when it gets to the playoffs or the serious matches, right? We had it within the Pro League as well. When we saw them, there was a different looking team when we made it into stage 2. And now we have a different looking team when we make it to the playoffs here. It's not that they, are struggling in the other games, but it's they turn up the intensity level, I think. You know, those little mistakes that maybe they would have been making a couple of games ago against a team that they wouldn't necessarily, and not be respecting, because Astralis are a team who do their homework on everybody, but maybe you take a little more of a lackadaisical approach,
yeah,
a little bit more relaxed.
Like the drive-by flashbang execute of Olof is something that perhaps you're not whipping out every single second round by, but when you've got a player that you feel like you need to whip out the extra step, you do.
We heard from Zonic. We asked him a very hard question. We said, who do you think is the most consistent team other than yourself? And he said, well, most likely Faze. So you know that the target is on the back of Astralis at all times. And if Faze are the next closest to that crown, you want to take it as serious as possible. You want to make them look a little bit silly. That's the best way to show that you are the best team in the world.
Well, there it is. It will be a pretty clean round there from Astralis, only giving up one player. Magisk with the pretty much eco into that one as well. With the Glock, he'll survive and leave the round with a UMP. 3 AKs otherwise, and as Zipex, he might be considering dropping the ult for Deva as we get into that next round. Here's Glaive with a double kill. One towards Spawn, the preemptive shot towards Coffins as well. Nice wallbang, almost got the third. Close things out with that AK. So, fantastic start for Astralis here, and it will be Faze in the back foot to kick things off. You can see 1 kit, 4 players of our helmets, so that UMP on the field as well. That could be incredibly dangerous for them. Flashbang over the top of the start to push back any aggressive CTs here towards Banana, but they've held a relatively tight line. You can see they've got the deep smoke down, the Molotovs as well. And now deploying those HEs, but no real damage inflicted on either side. Bit of a boost here for Nico as he looks for players crossing towards logs.
Ooh, they can still work with them. A Molotov will not stop the line being held. You can see Nico is so desperate to hold that information. In fact, a T-smoke towards that half wall. What's the move now?
So they could boost up behind that with a flashbang. Just before they do so, could be the call. Just waiting to see if there's any sort of reaction, looking for the CT boost.
Henry, look how low their util is. They've got nothing on B.
They dropped so much, and they didn't really do any damage for it.
Oh, man. How do you hold the wolf at the door when you've got no smoke grenades?
And we talked about this a lot. This is a pre-fire spot now. The boost, I think, has gone out of meta, if you ask me. It's good for the retakes of the bomb site when the bomb's already down, I think, but these sort of rounds, sure, Nico can get a kill or two, but I feel like Astralis will be aware of it.
Right, so you can see actually with what they've done here is they hope that Rain will get enough contact. Like, he has to get one. Now they can all look at boost at the same time. Pre-fire does come in. There's only a tag. Nico will get one before he falls, but into the site nonetheless. No, that's the bomb. Zipex does go down. A Dink does nothing through the wall.
And this could be enough for Zera, to be honest with you, but great positioning from Device there. Low HP as well, down at 12, and he gives him a 3-on-2. Broky with the AWP, Olof Meister with a full array of utility. They can go for this, but they're both coming from CT spawn, and yeah, they've already cancelled. Off they go, 4-0 Astralis.
So what's that? That was pistol round. They had to go for the save, and right here on the first gun round, that's not the situation you want to be finding yourself in. And one of the keys right there, Alex, you were bang on, was the limited utility. You see, they couldn't stop that at any point, and because it was delayed, because Astralis almost made it a contact hit after they dropped their own smokes, the question was, is this a fake? Are they even coming? Cold Zero rotated over. He was there to help the boys on out. Olaf will find one onto Device there as he tries to escape, but it's not the end of the world as the buy will come on through for Astralis, no worries. These saved weapons on the board of Broky and Olaf, they might need to be a little bit more assertive at the start of the round, see if they can find an opening pick here, because we're currently sitting at 4-0 in terms of opening duels in the favor of Astralis.
The position he opted for is ridiculous. It's like the fountain is just a perfect silhouette of a T, and he could just slot out and slide out.
Yeah, you could notice how he wasn't aiming to the left or the right, either of the fountain, directly straight ahead so that his gun's not sticking out on either side, trying to camouflage himself as best as possible.
Well, we've seen over the last 2 days, when players disconnect, standing still is clearly a very effective strategy for survival.
I saw someone comparing, I think it was NIP to a T-Rex. I think it's a Jurassic Park reference.
Yeah, the vision based on movement, not far off. And that nade wasn't either. Device caught it down to 71. Now, they're only working with that rifle and that AWP from the save. And already that rifle has found blood. Glaive, he's going to lose his mind. He's lost his head.
And there we have it. That's the first opening duel for Faze. Will they be able to convert the round, though? Magisk will be towards top and middle. And you can see it's a partial approach here with the saved AK and AWP. they can make this round work, they'll be right back into it, but they still need to find 4 players. And right now, 3 focusing towards quad.
They're going to flash him in. Olaf's got it. Brokey's going to have the chance, the pick of the litter, and missed shot. Uncharacteristic of Brokey, but a second flash. Cold will take that space. Dupree wants to fight, but he may not be ready for Cold. Could be a chance for them to get a crucial frag to stop this. A push back turned. Great timing. Cold finds it 4v3.
So the orb's down, but the AK's still up. Olafmeister patrolling the quad side. He made it to the bomb. He's being incredibly careful, and he's not. Where's the trade? Device needs to get it, but it's going to be Olafmeister holding incredibly strong here. Looking good for the first round.
Yeah, he's done everything he needed to. There was the pressure was on him, and his AK has found them 3. Cold did well to find Dupree in the apartments. Now Zipex looking for the bomb. A plant would be fantastic. Rain's in a position where he could probably contest it, though. He'll hear that sound cue. He'll be the first to... Oh, he's going to let it go down.
It's important plant as well for Astralis here, so good stuff from Zipex. I don't see him winning this.
No, it's going to be very difficult. If he could find Rain first, he does so, but took a little too long about it. That's the worst feeling, when if you just get that first clean, you knew you'd have had a chance.
Yeah, and just to note right there, we were talking about the lack of opening kills for Faze. That was where they get their first. Olaf had a huge impact on that round. He's even carrying the AWP across right now, so they can get that back in Brokey's hands if they so desire. So good stuff from Faze here. We know that they're good on these type of rounds, and that was the opening. So just a pixel gap. Olaf looking sharp here today. Important frags.
Impressive. And is that enough to knock them down to size? We have got 3 AKs there for now. Here's Olafmeister and his stats so far. Currently set him 4 and 2 with 57 ADR. 3 AK kills, and they're on the CT side.
Do you think my beard will ever look like that?
No.
It's just not in my repertoire.
I'm in the same crew as you.
Oh, man. Like I'll just be scruffy. That's all I've got. I'm stuck with the scruff. Brokey hasn't fragged yet. Blaze looking for one towards Banana. It's worth taking note of just how well Astralis seem to be avoiding utility damage at the moment. So many times you see players limping over, and just as I say it, they're burning. 2 of them are. Device is so low, but he has no idea, and Magisk, he's the one to connect through the smoke.
Yeah, they needed that. It wasn't looking good towards Banana at all, but through the smoke, Magisk will strike, and they're back to the 4 and 4, but Device very low. Zipex certainly not. He's still got 100 HP, and Dupree working towards the boiler. It's actually an arch focus this time, as we've got Cold Zera towards Trash and Brokey baiting him in the AWP. The idea is Brokey will fire off a shot, fall back, hopefully take the attention with him, and they'll overlook this position Cold Zera sat in. One player towards B, that's just Nico, and he's been spotted now. Magisk will fire off a pop shot, maybe bait out a bit of reaction here. Cold Zera with a smoke, which they're trying to get rid of, ideally. He's holding on to it and deploys it.
One of the things to note right now is that Faze have managed to maintain mid-control here. They've dropped a Molotov, they have a smoke, and they even have a kill. So this is looking fantastic. Device is low. They're running out of options, and they're running out of time. Faze have done a great job of holding on to key bits of real estate in this round.
Now that real estate will be questioned. 3 squatters by the names of Device, Zipex, and Magisk are knocking on the door. Brokey, perfect flash. He can throw one of his own. He's even got a second. Anything he can do to slow them down. Those flashes have worked wonders. Buying time. Now they're back. Vision restored for the Danes. Brokey does not want to go down through a speculative shot.
Well, it's down to Nika now. They're trying to deny this plant and doesn't do any significant damage. The bomb does go down. He does get a dink through the coffins there. Magisk trying to re-coordinate. Over towards Emo now. Brokey will be there. They've got no utility on the Astralis side. Should be a very convincing Faze finish.
Should. Nico has to hit this shot first, and the off angle, it's worked so well for Zipex. They just assumed it was clear. Dinked. Surviving. Brokey hits the shot. Olaf into the site, onto Device. He's got the lineup. Look at that. It's perfect for the defuse. He doesn't have to move. And now they know exactly where he is. Brokey can hold the defuse. Spray finds one. He assumes that was the diffuser. And it will be Faze securing their second. It's keeping this competitive, keeping this game interesting.
Well, there we have a good attempt there. The bomb going down does yield one more buy for Astralis here. 4-2 up, and they've kept that round pretty clean on the Faze clan side of things. They got the AWP and 2 M4s brought over as well. The AK in the hands of Cold Zera. Round 7 coming up, and the first AK has been purchased, but they haven't brought much else out.
I don't know if they have to go for the full force right here. They get 2,400 in the next round, so they could just limp in with a partial buy to keep Faze honest, and that seems to be what they're doing. So Dupree, with a little bit more cash than everybody else, is able to get away with that AK, but it's Tech 9s and Deagles for the remainder. A couple of bits of utility, an aggressive push from Faze. This will stifle any execute they had in mind.
It can sometimes fall apart, though, pretty quickly. Nico towards bench, and he's been spotted. He'll be swarmed from second middle, bear in mind, and here it comes. He'll hold on. They might actually get away with this. He's looking very good. That's excellent work from Nico. Dupree trying to make this round at least significant. If he gets a couple of kills, that'd be great. Bomb down. BO3, he's got the AWP, bear in mind.
Oh.
And down he goes. He gets the dink, but...
Throw it away.
Good call.
Well, it's more than dupreeh probably barking on picking up, and he may meet coldzera. So 4-3, closing the gap. That's perfect. 3 kills from Nico, aggressive down middle. I want to see that one again, just charging down. More and more teams are throwing it into the arsenal because you're just almost always going to get caught out. If you throw the right timing, perfection.
Well, that's 3 rounds in a row now for Faze. Astralis, they took a bit of a partial investment there with one player on the AK-47. That was dupreeh. This time they'll be fully equipped. dupreeh still has his utility and a spare $400 cash as we get into round number 8 now. So Faze, sure, they've won 3 in a row, but their money still needs a bit of work. First grenade towards Banana doesn't do a massive amount of damage, just 12 towards Nico. He'll answer back the incendiary that lands directly in the smoke.
Well, there could be trouble here. Maybe not. Vegas, he bails them out very easily. Nico's going to get the trade back. It's a 4v4. A lot of nades have been exchanged in Banana. As we can see with a minute 25 left on the clock, both teams, their utility is already being milked on out. This push could be everything.
Wow, they have Cold behind him. And he might get this one as well. They're trading blows.
Yeah, very equal right now. Glaive down to 9, coldzera 38, and he's the last player towards B, but he might have done enough here. dupreeh waits at the end of the apartments, and Zipex to T steps. He's got the bomb. Just 1 towards B. That's the low coldzera, but happy to defend for now. 1 minute remains. And in terms of utility, just a couple of smokes and flashes, but they could just go for the contact play, knowing that the final player could be low here.
This is his test. Molotov, he's safe from it. Oh my God, only just, it could have spread. But now they might call it clear, and he has a real chance here, and he takes the head off Glaive. Things get very difficult for Astralis now. With 30 seconds, the rotates in. BO3 smoked off, he still has a chance, but takes the shot, and the wall bang. Hello, Zipex, he's calculated that one perfectly.
Well, they know exactly where BO3 is, but they have no flashbang to get him off his perch here. 18 seconds remain, and dupreeh perfectly done. Now just 1 player remains. That's going to be Olaf Meister, and they seem to know he's towards B. Does he swing in? Well, it'll be the AWP to challenge, and dupreeh trying to close things out here. Look at that 5th round on the board.
Gave it a good go. dupreeh, that flank was the be-all and end-all. Takes an AWP into the next as well.
Look at BO3's money now, right? I want to point this out because 2 rounds ago we saw the AWP get thrown away from dupreeh. That meant that BO3 had to reinvest with the full AWP buy-on. And now if you want to get the full set of nades, you want to get the head armor, the AWP, and the defuse kit, that's going to be a small loan. So an AWPer right now, like BO3 having to reinvest after that little tiny inconvenience, you can see what that's done. Nico's actually invested into an AWP of his own here, and we saw them pull around away with an AWP and an AK just earlier in the piece, so this one's still possible.
Yeah, he's certainly capable of making these rounds work, but he knows he has to be active. We challenge him towards Banana to start, waits initial flames to go down, and unfortunately his teammate does take significant damage. Gives up the fact he's got the AWP, doesn't land the shot, and goes down to 52. Glaive will use the information to go up towards middle. A lot of footsteps made, and Olaf Meister looks like he's good for 1.
Oh, the jiggle from dupreeh is everything.
Yeah, you can see how well thought out there is. It's done damage towards B. They know Nico's with the AWP in B now as well. And he's actually rotated over towards Library. Smoke down.
He has to hold on to this. He has to be careful now.
He does, doesn't he? They're going for a B split. There's actually 3 towards B right now. 2 of them trying to get in towards Arch. He could just walk through that smoke, to be honest with you.
That's what BO3's counting on.
I think that he could definitely get a kill if they do. Or the timing. I think he's gone through the moment they were waiting.
This is great, though. No one ever sits behind the arch smoke like this. It's such a tight choke point. This is a huge risk, and it's going to pay off.
Oh, BO3 didn't see them, but they certainly heard him.
That's a lot of information for Astralis. Look at their setup right now.
They're trying to pull him apart as well. Just Glaive making footsteps so he can come out and swing. Perfect.
It is. It's very well coordinated. Rain Scarf bringing, he actually catches a bullet. Down to just 1 HP. What could you possibly do with 1 HP when dupreeh is clearing his corners as carefully as that?
Yeah, very efficient stuff, but now both players towards the Banana area. They managed to get a kill, and maybe
That's
a bit
the AWP
more,
gone.
but the AWP is gone, Chad. You're dead on there, Glaive. He'll be taking that at the end of the round. For now, use it as bait.
Yeah, Cold's got one as well. Let's see if he can get away with his. If he hits the deagle shot, he's good, and he heard the sound cue, knows one's dropped down. Oh, he can hear the cavalry. They're charging towards him. All of Astralis descending the T-ramp. A perfect flash for the survival. Cold.
Surely they lost him now.
It's a different game now. It's hide and seek, and he's been spotted. Getting around the corner. Caught by dupreeh. 4 kills in that round.
And dupreeh is still playing fantastic. He's carrying on that form that we saw over there on Dust too. So this is great signs for dupreeh here, and that's 6 on the board for Astralis. That is what we would call par for the course. They don't actually need any more rounds right now to at least be where the average is, or at least the average should be on a map like Inferno. So every round from this point forward that Astralis throw on, consider that, you know, the icing, the cherry on top. You got some bloody sprinkles on there as well. Maybe they put a Freddo Frog inside your cake. You're getting everything.
Freddo Frog. They used to be 10p back in my day. Very different scenes back in the UK now. It's a sad time, but we'll continue with round number 10. And Astralis in their great form. Dust 2 already under their belt. Inferno looking very good for them. This is their pick, but they're receiving damage at the start here. They'll throw back a Molotov in response and try and gain banana access once again. You can see they've got 4 players at the bottom. Rain and Nika to defend this time. They've got the M4s between them, and now a severe lack of grenades. Not really sure what that smoke's for. It's suggesting someone's in it, perhaps. Doesn't look like it's really gone anywhere.
No, certainly doesn't.
So Rain threw that. We were lining that up the other day, so that's designed, in my opinion, for the half wall, and then you can throw the Molotov behind it. It would have gone down now regardless, so not a huge deal.
Well, as soon as they bait this smoke out of Nico's hands, they're looking hot to trot to hit the B bomb site. Not a lot of utility remaining. If you can have banana for free with this much time left on the clock, you have to be happy. But that is assuming they don't go down here top mid.
Brokey very committed, 2 and 7. Couldn't really get going on Dust 2 either. His teammate will be dropped. That's Rain towards B. And this could be perfect. With dupreeh at the end of the apartment, they can coordinate themselves back towards banana now. Molotov towards middle. Brokey still planting his feet. He'll be joined by coldzera as well. It's going to be Nico alone at the B bomb site.
God, he's got a lot to do. Brokey's still being kept busy. Glaive's just been throwing some nades and waiting. Now dupreeh's fragging on A. They're taking the bomb back there, and now Brokey, perhaps a chance. If he peeks middle, he spots another and gets away. Oh my God, the ambition on this one. He goes for a re-peek. Molotov's good. 15 seconds as the bomb does head back to B. Unfortunately, coldzera couldn't keep them at bay, and now Brokey, it's more of a game for survival. He's done well to find the kills, but this round will be Astralis.
Yeah, it certainly will be. Brokey with 2 great shots, but it's all about self-preservation now. He'll tuck himself in toward the T apartments, but the hunt is officially on once again. You can see dupreeh searching for his prey, and for now, Brokey, just 10 points of health. Can't even scope at this stage. It'll have to be a no-scope, a quick scope to try and defend himself, but I don't think he's going to do so. Oh, spotted, and now down to 2 HP.
He got tagged for 3. Man, oh man, he's dead. dupreeh secures it, not even interested in the orb.
They've only got $3,000 per player, Chad. It's really starting to fall apart for them.
Yeah, this is the bin juice right here. It's a Sunday morning. It's 40 degrees outside, running out. The trash man, he's coming.
He's not happy.
You didn't even get your flip-flops on.
Your glass,
it's all over.
You didn't slice up the cardboard into manageable chunks. You've just crammed it all in there.
He's not happy. In fashion right now in my building in London, they've got this cool thing where they leave their bin bags outside the apartment doors for everyone to enjoy.
In the hallway.
So everyone's
if you want to go
it.
through and actually have all the look what they're consuming or throwing away, you can actually have a look. Nice aroma, homely.
Smells very nice.
So as you walk to your home, you get to smell the waste
long day
of everyone else.
Wait, hold on, Henry. Do you have an ant problem in your building?
I don't have an ant problem per se. Not in this building, but in another building in Germany, there is a bit of one.
I hope Harry's listening right now, and I hope that he's come to an agreement with the ants. They've put down their weapons.
They've retreated.
They've retreated?
They've had a ceasefire.
All right, well, we dropped some nukes in there today, so they should be dealt with here in the same way that FaZe Clan...
I've got a feeling about this one, boys. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But something tells me, my spidey senses tell me that Nico, he might be able to make something happen here. That first shot, it's sort of convincing me. That's to be made. He's down to 47. Showing a bit of presence here towards B. We know they're handy with the Desert Eagles. They're desperate for a round. And in terms of the script, it would read perfectly if FaZe can win this and start to bring this half back to life.
Yeah, we haven't seen a stomp in a very long time. Usually about this point, it's where the CTs pull out an impossible round. We've seen many 2v5s, full eco victories, a single AWP. We saw FaZe do that with the AK just earlier. But just Deagles this time. And Nico, we had a chance. A missed shot. He'll deploy a smoke as a compromise.
Do you want us to call you Peter Parker if you're right, Henry, or?
Call you what, sorry?
Peter Parker if you're correct?
That would be great, actually. My spidey senses, that would certainly be fitting. And here comes the first kill. It's dupreeh to answer back, but he does know a couple more players are available. The spray getting a bit wild. 10 bullets remaining in that AK, trying to throw a flashbang out of there, but this is looking good. I reckon Rain gets one here. It's a nice position. Device hasn't spotted him.
Oh, the miss. It's not good.
Good enough, though. And a chance again. Rain making that deagle work. He's actually reloading. Oh my God, he has a chance. He nearly pulled the trigger again. 2v2, though, you're absolutely bang on. This has got way more competitive than we anticipated, but the CTs, gamble stacking to A or retreating with to save the AK, one way or the other, this round is gone.
Yeah, well, their positions now certainly suggest so.
They've just realized as well.
I felt like they heard something and someone's given a call of conviction because there was no reason to rotate back. That they're still up for it, so it was a bit of a missed call. You're right, though. Saving the AK-47, I think, is more important than going for this. You're probably not going to win, I'll be honest. But give it a go.
Give it a crack. You need some rounds on the board here, and well, 7-3 down, pushing straight through. They're going to try their best. Bomb ticking away now. It's done.
Oh, the flash is just brutal.
What's he going to do?
The flash was the one that got him.
It's not normally a flash that gets Henry. It's normally the 1v4s.
A single flashbang has broken our color commentator.
I kind of started swallowing and talking at the same time, and all of a sudden just coughed in my lungs. But we're good. We're back. It's all
Welcome
fine.
back. I'm glad you're here.
But that was not bad, was it? Astralis, pretty close to giving that one up. Doesn't really matter unless they do. But A3 all the same, and BO3 back on the AWP. No one breaking double digits yet. We're only seeing round 12. We're seeing a very quiet Faze out there so far.
And Dupree on a mad one, 16-4. BO3 taking matters into his own hands, but Magisk, ooh, actually a missed shot from BO3 was a sitting duck. And Device has caught one back early, straight away. Death on A, it's gonna be that fight. Very close quarters, and they want to commit to this. They're going straight in towards A. Coldzera's let one slip the net. He will find Zipex. But they've got A control. The bomb's on its way up middle. There's no one that can catch them. Maybe there is something to be said.
I'm not sure. This looks way too good. There's no CT presence towards A whatsoever. This is similar to Dust 2 B side. If you have this sort of control, it's not even worth going for, in my opinion. We'll see whether they want to challenge this. And Glaive, he's out to speed by, and there's a double kill. He tucks them in, puts them to bed, and we are going to have BO3 and Rain, presumably just saving at this point.
Yeah, Glaive, he just showed up. He said, put on these. It's FaZe Clan pajamas. He says, you're off to bed. We've got 9 now to 3. It's getting out of hand.
That means there's only 3 rounds left. That's some quick maths for everybody at home right there. And with that in mind, we need to point out that FaZe have to start going for retakes. They need to start going for rounds. With only 3 remaining, with the fact that they've got the max loss bonus of 3,400 coming through, the only thing they're missing right now is the 5 kills to put a round on the board. That's what needs to change. So if they lose the bomb site like this again in the future, they will have to go for the retake. 12-3, T-half from Astralis, you may as well call it closed.
Well, this round certainly is. BO3 and Rain at least saved the AWP, and the M4, as Chad mentioned, will have maximum loss bonus here. And there it is, 4 survive for Astralis. Their money pretty much under lock and key for the rest of this half. Shouldn't be an issue. Here's Glaive with the double kill, heard them run past. They had no idea he could swing out, and that's going to be a lovely double kill for the in-game leader. 200 damage in the round as we get into number 13. And the money still won't be great. 3,400. Chad mentioned they have to go to the retakes. They have to also buy these rounds because, quite frankly, 3 or 4 will not do.
9-6, we got a conversation, but haven't seen FaZe a part of the conversation in the last 13 rounds of play. Two of them holding this. This is really could be set up for success. Yeah, wow, wowee. Both of them stepping into the crossfire. And the stack in apps has paid off for FaZe Clan.
2 versus 5. The double stack towards the end of the apartments actually works out a bit more aggro than we're used to. There's no way that Dupree could possibly deal with that. It's looking fantastic now for a FaZe round. And can they make it clean, though? So Astralis won't be saving this one. They're going to try and make it as expensive as possible, knowing got a couple of rounds left. And a boost in 3D spawn pretty much guarantees a chance to for FaZe. And in terms of what they'll receive, slow towards spawn, coffins, a couple of flashes over. They'll do a big execution with 2 people, but Device going back towards middle, just trying to get a sound cue going in case Nico heard that from spawn. Oh, definitely heard that.
Oh, Nico, he's gone worse for him than he imagined. And with Rain being so low, if anyone could do it, Magisk could just pre-fire this corner.
They're not clearing him.
They won't. They will. Gets the frag, and now into the site. A 2 versus 2.
No
Device
way.
has hit the shot onto Cold. They're both rotating in through CT, and he's taken another aggressive angle.
What?
He catches BO3 on the anti-flash, slaps his bottom, and now it's all onto Olof to pick up the pieces. This is just dissolved in front of them. Olof in the flames. He's burning a lot of damage done. He actually took significant damage to the flames there, got stuck on the tree.
Well, what can he do here? The smoke and HE available to him with the bomb only halfway gone. Olofmeister can still win this. And Mage is channeling towards spawn. It'll be the nade towards Emo, gives him in position. But Olofmeister hits the shot. That was a 2 versus 5. Luckily, Faze will restabilize. Olofmeister getting 3 kills, comes right down to the wire. It cost him a lot, but they get the round up there, Chad. But the problem is they only get $3,500 per player now. On top of that, he saves you up, so a weapon can be dropped over, but still, how did that come down to 1 versus 1? It was a 5 versus 2.
I want to see Mega's POV on that because he hit him. He did hit him, right? He tagged him just for a tiny little bit of damage, and it wasn't enough to get across the line. I thought with the low HP on Olof, it was going to be over. See there, he gets that little tag down to 6.
Whoa.
Must have been through the corner of the wall or the box.
Yeah, through Paul.
So right now, Astralis, by getting the bomb down there, they're going to be able to buy in the last round, which is the next round. So there's no woes for them. They can take a little bit of a risk right here. But for Faze, Henry pointed it out very astutely. They're in a little bit of trouble. And these early trades, it's looking great for Astralis.
And Cold's done it again. Another double kill on their Apps aggression. Perfect. You lose Olof in the process, but you'll be happy to take the man advantage. Oh my God, Nevice has been waiting for that smoke to fade for 15 seconds, and it does translate into a frag.
Well, here comes the smoke from Rain as Astralis will fully commit towards the B side of the map. They're being held out by the flames for now. Great damage there from Rain. Looking for that 5th. It's actually looking pretty good for them to pick up the first. No problem.
Wow.
There's the double kill. Both headshots delivered from that Famas. And now Magisk will have not much to do, I'm afraid. 1 minute. And he's looking for any flanks from the CT side. But this moment of silence allowed them to just reposition, regather their thoughts. We've got Cold Zera, I believe, towards second middle, so that's a great spot for him. They have locked Magisk in here.
Second Molotov, this time for new box. That will flush Rain out, and he does do good damage. Burns him, in fact. Broky, all he has to do is miss the shot, but he will not today. Finds his 6th frag. Astralis have been suffocating the young Orpa. Such a huge impact on Dust 2. We'll see that double kill again from Cold, just straight through the corner. Swings into the reload. You can see Dupree just caught out on the reload. Cold was clearly counting the bullets. And a double kill from Rain with the FAMAS on B really was where the round was sealed.
Yeah, that was big. It's the final round of this first half. Astralis will have a Mac 10, and there's a player without a helmet. That's going to be Rain. Couldn't afford it. So we'll see him be vulnerable to Zipex's SMG, and a bit of a push here as Nico will be working with Broky there. Dupree didn't stand a chance, and great shot. That's Device. Fantastic flick there. Could only see the head. Fully connects. And now he's in towards Logs.
Faze have been doing a great job of being able to find multi-kills after they've been losing the advantage, or when the sites are feeling like they're under pressure. They can lock it on down. Rain in the previous with the FAMAS was very good stuff, and that Olof clutch was great as well. But Cold Zera taking this much damage, they're out of utility already. Astralis are looking very threatening towards the top of Banana here.
Yeah, boost to watch Emo and any of that naughty smoke play. Cold doesn't spot anyone on his first jiggle, but Nico's just pushed all of them. He gets 2.
Is that going to be enough, though? It's 1 minute remaining here. Astralis with their backs to the wall. They've got no further grenades. The man disadvantage, and Broky, he'll jump up towards the coffin tip. Magisk will pull one back. That's actually on the bomb side itself, and he can swing round and actually pick up another one. Goes for the plan instead. It actually could be a great call, because Broky, if he swings this one and goes down, he knows the round is over. 2 on 2. We'll see the flank from Olofmeister. Final round of this first half.
Look at Device, though.
Disc overwhelmed. Device has been working on this flank for a while, but Broky so ready for it. He misses his shot. Olof closing the gap. Device on for his 4th. A 1 versus 2 clutch from the Danish Orpa, but the wallbang from Olof does significant damage. Fakes it. Device going to call the bluff. He's pushing in, and he hits another spectacular headshot. It's 10-5. Device has come to play today. triple digits. It's a rarity, Hank.
It certainly is, and we are going to have something a little bit interesting as we kick off the second half. We're looking at the Double D combo again, 17 and 15 respectively. dupreeh continuing that good form. It's good to see, to be honest with you. Struggled earlier on in the week and now looking much better. I think he's got a CZ to kick this one off as well. He'll be in towards a boiler room. That's where you'll find him on the T side as well. Bit of a master of that position and looking for some close range frags. You can see the odds from GG to bet come through. Astralis certainly the favourites at this point with their opponent's map pick under the belt and 10 rounds on the T side of Inferno.
Well, before we get this one underway, what we said before we kicked off the map of Inferno was Faze's pistol round stats in the last month has been better on this than that of Astralis's. But Astralis have won the lion's share of their games, 4-0 in the road to Rio on Inferno, and the majority of their rounds actually coming on their T side. But this one's going to be called on off. You can hear a bit of typing.
Yeah,
maybe it's not called off.
They're still playing.
Yeah, so let's play until the ref blows the whistle here. Always the safest bet.
Now, dupreeh, a CZ Kevlar. It's quite the Superman setup. That's a lot of cash invested into one player for a pistol round. So keep your eye on dupreeh. He's going to get overwhelmed that all of that cash was invested in vain. That's $1,100 down the Swanee. Device about to be tested, and with a USP, he just stands and delivers. He's holding down mouse one. They all jump past him, and the last will be coldzera. This time he finishes the job. Magisk got 3 to deal with. Hits the first shot very cleanly, but Rain does the same. Bomb will be planted. 2 unarmored CTs with nades for the retake. Maybe Glaive's got something in store for Pit. coldzera, can you catch? Nade does land on Rain from one side. It's going to be very difficult to get back in.
Yeah, it doesn't look possible. Glaive and Zipex in a 3 versus 2. They've got a smoke for the Pit, though. That will nullify coldzera. Good grenade. Lands at his front door. Takes him down to 46. But still looking very difficult as the smoke comes in. It could be a good chance for them, but BO3 should guarantee it now. Smoke will provide a bit of a cover for them as well. Zipex jumping up towards the site, trying to pick off anyone he can. That's towards a pick. coldzera will take him down, and indeed, they love their reputation of being pistol masters, and it will be Faze to find success. 10-6.
Now, Faze are likely to steady here. I'm curious if Astralis will go with the Force buy. They answer that very quickly for me, as we can see the snapping turtle brought up by dupreeh. Deagle in the hands there of Magisk. I'm liking this buy, Henry. We've got 2 5-7s coming out on a map like Inferno where the choke points are quite tight. If they're able to corral them, we have the smokes in play here as well. Device staying a little bit more reserved so that he can get the AWP up when he needs it. This isn't a terrible buy coming on through here from Astralis. Very threatening, but Faze have measured. No risks taken. 3 through ult middle. 1 passive banana, 1 passive T stairs.
Doesn't quite connect there for Zipex. Grenade certainly does, though. 40 damage towards Magisk. Glaive at 77. They'll try and offer an 8 back in return, but no one really there to receive. It's going to be the flash attack here from the boiler / apartment area. Going to try and send 3 players out. There's Eagle and 5-7 waiting for them, and it looks pretty good for the first.
It certainly does. Nico onto dupreeh. Starting their commitment. Cold's already on the site, and this Deagle's working. God, Device. He does half health to BO3 as well, but BO3 with the frag. Now the bomb still needs to be planted. That's Nico's responsibility, and he's going to start fulfilling that now.
In he goes. Bomb to be planted, and Magisk might be able to steal away a kill here. There it is. Unfortunately, coldzera on the bomb site will bring it back to a 2-on-2 for him, so they've got rifles. Should be able to close this one out, but Glaive, 5-7 Zipex on scout. It'll have to be a flashbang over and
Could be great.
Swing.
Any more where that came from? Would have been perfect. Glaive does find the first and the second as well. They've got time and they'll take the defuse. Astralis win the second round. I thought there was no way back in.
The coordination is spectacular there. It's a USP taking the aggro, but as Chad mentioned, that 5-7, it can be deadly. It gets close enough. It's got enough TTK potential, Alex, I would say.
Oh, no. Don't do that to me.
And we'll have 2 wonderful kills there. Glaive managed to win out our second round force buy for them with the bomb planted. I'd assume you'll see the same here from Faze, and it might decide their outcome because they won't get the added bonus now out of the loss bonus.
Well, they will be buying up some AKs, so they're not done just yet. Astralis are not out of the hot water, potentially into the frying pan, not the fire. So hot water, frying pan, then the fire.
A branch of this Wim Hof method thing I've been experimenting with.
Oh, that's right. I hear you breathing in the morning quite loudly in the bathroom.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing.
Yes.
You're supposed to be able to do 5 minutes. It's like at the end of your shower, you're supposed to have an ice-cold shower.
5 minutes.
And you're supposed to take deep breaths because your body's natural reaction is to take quick, like, shallow breaths. and apparently you get like a mad like head high and focus. And it's like really supposed to be amazing for your physical form.
Well, I've been listening a lot recently about heat shock proteins, Alex. And that's obviously the opposite, you know, going in saunas and doing all those bits and pieces.
The extremes, they do wonders for our body.
Well, we used to be in extremes, right? And right now, Faze are in a bit of an extreme situation. 11-6 down. You like that one?
I did like that. It was under the radar.
I know you did.
It took me by surprise.
We really work hard on the segues here on the road to Rio.
We'll have 2 AK-47s, 3 pistols, and Faze, if they lose this, it'll be 12-6, presumably 13 with a full eco to follow. So a lot of pressure for the international roster here. It's going to be Rain and coldzera trying to find the picks. They'll be throwing a decent grenade in. Does a lot of damage towards the Vice. He might want to get out of there now. Holds in the anti-flash position. And the grenade lands towards coldzera. Doesn't do any damage.
They've got a lot of banana space here. That nade will do great damage. It lands inside Rain's belt.
The rifles, both of them.
Oh, yeah, good point. That's like the main body of the assault, and there's more, not too much damage this time. But still, it does suggest Astralis prepared, and now Zipex is pushed down. Banana is bore fruit. Olof does go down, and look at the backs exposed. Magis can't believe his luck. It was only Brokey, though. Still the rifle for Rain. Nico's recovered at Galil, and caught out. Jumping, knife out. That's the end of Rain.
Well, he's flashed himself a little bit there as well, but Nico can grab that bomb. It's in the smoke right now, but thinks better of it. In towards the apartment, so won't be able to steal that away. It actually gives the advantage towards Astralis, I would say. And we'll have a look. 40 seconds remain. This is a huge round. We said that at the start, and they are sticking together. And to be honest, this could actually work out really nicely. They time this well enough. He won't have time to go back towards B, but it comes down to about the 20-second mark before that's a reality. So he could still grab that and go towards the other side of this stage. They'll stay on it, but as soon as their time is sub 20, I would say they go into a crossfire on the site.
And they're holding him now. Bit of a role reversal. And now back to attacking A, and unfortunately with no armor. Yeah, the smoke's not really going to help him out.
Yeah, 10 seconds. He's done 4. That's 12-6. No bomb planted, boys. You know what that means. It's full eco territory. Like, legit.
Legit full eco. Like Glock train.
Yeah,
they might...
2,400 next round.
Yeah.
AK armor, 1 smoke. They can't even afford a P250.
They might want to have a discussion now anyway. Like, a timeout could be good. Even though you know you're going into an eco, have the conversation early enough that everybody knows where they're going to be in a round and a half's time. But no, they will just go with these pistols. It is going to be 1 Deagle in the hands of Nico. So he's the only one we need to stay on board with. And this is good reason. What an animal. What an absolute animal he is.
Brilliant shot.
We should do the golf clap when they hit those ones. Just
yeah, if we could, just everyone could do a little pitter-patter.
Golf clap?
Yeah.
So, the MP9 recovered. There's an Eagle for Rain. It would be somewhat of a miracle if they pull this round off. But maybe a chance. These are overwhelmed Dupreme here, and it doesn't look good for that fact. In fact, it doesn't look like they'll get a single kill. It will be a very convincing Astralis finish as we go 13-6. And as I mentioned, even if they took a full eco there, the money wouldn't be amazing. They'll have enough for the AKs, armor, smoke and a flash. And that's pretty much across the board. Here's Dupree. Pretty standard round for him. Nothing too crazy going down here, just making sure he denies that plant, keeps the money low, and hopefully finds a 2-0. They are in a great position to do so.
Very good position. We haven't seen Faze looking mortal in some time. We talked about their undefeated spree. The road to Rio, they did manage to keep it up. Here in the playoffs, it seems they've met their maker, met their match. It is Astralis 13, Faze Clan 6.
Well, Astralis have banana control right now. Olof, behind the smoke, can get towards logs if he needs to. The way that Zipex is playing this, the jump spot means he should be relatively safe, and he'll even think better of hanging around for now. He's been left with the sole responsibility of anchoring the B bomb site, and that means they've been able to cheat an extra man over towards this A defense here. So in limbo is Glaive, in-game leader of the team. He'll know when he wants to hedge his bets towards the bomb sites. We can see Faze, they've got Boiler and Halls control. They've got half of banana control. They don't know that Sandbags is clear at the moment, but they're dealing with that right now. And the minutes on the clock. So this first 55 seconds is just being used, posturing around, prodding, seeing what CTs are doing. And now that they've got the real estate they need, this is when the call can start to come on in.
So we have 2 smokes, 1 flash, Faze Clan on their knees. Had a perfect run in the road to Rio so far, 8-0 in terms of series victories. This will be the first one they give up. It's the upper bracket. And Astralis look like they're in impeccable form right now. Can they fend off a full B execution with 5 terrorists making their way through?
Look at the position from Zipex. They don't even check it. No one was expecting that. That Molotov's doing so much damage. They're all burning alive. Oh God, the bullets were just the finishing touch. Everything else was done by that nade. And by Zipex's position, if he hits any of them, wow. Great shot from Nico. He's definitely turned on, but it was not going to be the clutch to save FaZe Clan. It will be 14 now for Astralis.
That is his aim. I know that they're getting the beat down right now, but Nico, you can't go past an individual with aim like that.
I mean, let's not forget the last battle they had. Who was it that they were playing on Mirage? And they wouldn't have even seen that third map if he hadn't have, in a 1v1, just hit the one tap on that B site. It was ridiculous to see some of the plays he's been pulling out. And he took them all the way to the third map and ending up turning it around with the clutch against Copenhagen Flames. I actually remembered it.
Yeah, I was trying to get there with you as well. That was a banger of a series, wasn't it? We were on Train, Farley,
and there's that jump. He hits the jump shot on, was it Twist? Maybe it was NIP? God, I don't know.
Could have been NIP as well. We've done a lot of games of Counter-Strike here.
It's all blurring into one at this point.
Well, we're coming to the tail end right here, potentially at map number 2. This is Mac 10s on the board. Galil in play as well. No utility to speak of. FaZe Clan, it's going to be a rough move forward here. Astralis are looking good. They're looking disciplined.
And here we go then. The full send up middle. There's actually got 5 players there, and Device says he's destined to get one of them. While Blind, of course, finds Olaf Meister. This is for map and series point. Rain will pull one back. That's with the Galil, but the big spray down's coming through. A lot of damage output there from the AK and Dupree. He's ready to mow these players down here. He gets this kill call done, and Nico will leave Broke here in the 3 versus 1. Already got low HP. He's got absolutely no chance here.
Oh, Dupree even crossing back with that high flash. He's got nades. It will keep Brokey alive, but with the sound cue and a great shot and another. Brokey, you've done so many clutches. I need to stop writing you out of these rounds. He's so low.
Oh, he's up against the old master, though. Glaive has been here many times before. Inferno is his favorite map by far. And 45 seconds remaining. Brokey trying to suggest he's made his way towards B, but got to wake up pretty darn early in the morning to catch Glaive out.
Imagine if Glaive clears middle and knifes out to Arch. I would.
Well, a lot of people right now, they would do exactly that, but you want to stay closer to the bomb site that you were last at. You can hear where the plant is, and you can even just get the headshot like that. Brokey tries his best, but it's all in vain. 15-6, 1 round away here. Astralis. Oh, they're going to be booking themselves a spot within the grand final of the Road to Rio. They're already leading the points. They already have the lion's share. They won the last major. That's how this system works.
With a map advantage, I believe, as well, right?
Yeah, we go into a best of 5 on the Sunday, but if you make it into the grand final first through the upper bracket system, will you be granted, we'll call it 1 life or 1 map in the back pocket, which means you only need to win 2 maps.
Right, of a best of 5.
Yeah, whereas the team coming from the lower bracket will have to win that 3. So still some rounds to play here. Maybe some faster stuff from FaZe Clan as see what they can do. That's a big opening.
Huge. Looking to reaggress. Glaive will throw out the incendiary. He expects a flashbang, but he's for now just standing and spraying. He's got 10 bullets left to clear this corner, and it's enough. Oh, and he's even got enough for a second. 2 bullets left in the chamber. They both find the skull of Olaf Meister. Magic's gone to Rain. Now, with the advantage, Astralis 2 frags away from that aforementioned final.
Let's see whether they can close it out here. Nico and Brokey.
Oh, Dupree's going to go down here.
He absolutely is. Brokey will find him recovering the bomb. That's all he was trying to do there. Nico knows exactly where this remaining player towards B is. Can he make light work of him? Time will tell. They seem to have a firm grasp on it, and there's the final shot. Zipex finally goes down, and Magus actually in this 2 versus 1 now. FaZe trying to keep their head above water. The grenade towards the default plant spot. Magus has the smoke on top as well, but taking a lot of damage. That's to 49. He's going to have to try and sneak through the smoke here and try and make his way towards the bomb site.
Brokey did well to go emo there. Nice work.
Oh, good call if he saves here. That was the right option. I was so worried when I saw him actually going for this round. The reason is they have 15 on the board. To throw this one away with how the money looks right now for Astralis, just take a look for yourself. The right-hand side, the loss bonus going into the next will be 1,400. So they won't be able to get a full gun round, but at least if Magus holds on to this, they can be threatening. He can try and ply it somewhere across the map, see if he can get them an opening kill, see if he can get them a multi-kill.
And I mean, with, 4,400 on Glaive, he'll be able to at least provide a little summit, maybe that 5-7 we've seen him doing so much great work with as well.
It could be the double eco here, so Astralis may want to buy, and well, with Dupree just purchasing on straight in, I think Glaive should follow suit as well. Magus could drop across a rifle here, and that would mean he would have no nades. So we're going to just check out some Nico highlights right here for you. You get 17 for 19 in terms of his KD. Here's the split in terms of the frags. 5 with the AK, 5 with the M4. He's had a couple with the AWP, and I'm sure a bunch with the pistol. But he's leading the charge, and well, they need a bit more out of him right here.
Yeah, a lot more, unfortunately. It's going to take 8 rounds in a row, and we'll see whether this is going to be where Astralis can get it over the finish line.
On the force, Henry, on the force. Look at their utility.
With the scout out there as well. It's unlikely, I'll admit that.
No utility in play. Look, it's the right call. Astralis have made the right call considering the money situation right here, but look at the buy disparity.
You're right. It doesn't look amazing for them. It's Zipex on the scout with 1 flash. You've got no kits, 2 smokes, and with this massive lead, that's why I say...
Does that mean they have to go aggressive? I mean...
Well, they could.
That's one of the options here, but they have to do... They can't play a classic default round. That's pretty much all we can be sure of, and that's the first pick coming in from Zipex there. Doesn't connect, and they're going for a boost here at the start of the round. That's Major's going up towards
2
first oranges.
Okay.
So yeah, they've battened down the hatches here. We'll see whether this works out for them. 1 more round. It looks likely to be a B finish from Faze as well.
This is like the CS equivalent of building your, your defenses.
Exactly.
They've set it up. They've established all the barbed wire they need. All of the hot oil boiled and ready to go, and here comes the push. Nico goes down, and he drops straight off. The booster paying off, Rain's low. It looks like Astralis are off to the finals. They got 4 kills in 4 seconds, and Cold's wondering where on earth his teammates have gone.
Well, that's going to be it, surely. Cold Zero with nothing left to do. 5 kills ahead of them, 1 minute on the clock. There's surely nothing to be said. This should do it, and Device, he'll confirm the spot in the final here for Astralis, sending FaZe Clan down to the lower bracket in a convincing 2-0 fashion.